evening, listeners, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of
Fear the Queer, a podcast that talks about everything on our gay agendas. I am Kyle.
And I am Josh.
And on tonight's episode, we are talking about this year's Academy Award nominations.
Woo!
And to help us out, we have our three-time guest, our favorite Hollywood commentator, the Adele Dazeem to our John Travolta, the one, the only...
La La Land. Just kidding. It's Ryan Kenney! Woo!
Thank you.
Yes. Anyway, enough about you.
But, yeah, you are our third time guest on this podcast.
Yeah.
We've only had like 5 guests, but you're
the only one that's actually gone on multiple times.
Yeah.
I did. I remember coming on for last year's
Oscars.
Academy Awards, and I don't remember the first time.
And it was Christmas.
It was Christmas.
Oh.
Where we talked about lots of Christmas
So it was
things.
right before? There was like one after the other?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, it was basically like, oh, we did a Christmas episode. And then it was like, now we're doing Oscars. And because you actually know all the nominations and know you watch the
and
stuff.
you have a lot to say.
I'm not like a
You got a lot
professional.
to say.
I am
You got a
highly
lot to say.
opinionated.
That's true.
And I do have a cold, so that's what the
That's
what this nasally
that
sound
jazz
is.
singer voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Look at you scatting.
Thank you.
Actually, we don't talk about scat on this episode. That will
Not
be
anymore.
episode 14, our kink
episode.
that you can check out.
Yes.
But before we begin...
Is that a kink? Scatting is a kink?
Scat. Oh, scat. Scat play.
Scat play. Poop.
What is... Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very...
I thought it was like people like standing in front of like, before they blow someone.
Like playing with the
mean,
penis
yeah.
with like a flute.
I mean, that made my nipples get hard. So
This is also a Kink Part 2 episode.
Kink Part 2,
Yeah.
the Oscars. But before we begin, Josh, and I haven't said this in a while, what are we drinking tonight?
We are actually drinking tonight. We are drinking Cava Brut, a sparkling wine from Spain.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Pop that cork. Oh! That was right in my ear, but I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's drinking it. Oh, yeah.
Cheers,
pour
queers.
that in. Pour it in. Oh.
Oh, it's warm.
Oh, is it?
Did you put it in the fridge?
I put it in the fridge.
It says right here it's a dessert wine.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, luckily we have
That's
Oreos
from
to go
Greece,
with
but-
it.
We do have Oreos. All right. Well, ooh. All right. Well, cheers, queers.
Cheers, queers.
Ooh. I like the forceful.
The forceful.
The forceful. You're like, cheers, queers.
Just smashes the glass.
Yeah, pour more in there. I need a little. Ooh.
This is Oscar AMSR.
Oh, Oscar. Yeah, the bubbles.
ASMR.
What did I
what
say?
did you say?
AMSR.
What? Yeah.
He's like, this is Asmar.
ASMR.
This is beautiful
love
Oscar
I
ASMR.
loved. Ooh, Oscar Isaac.
I think they should do ASMR at the Oscars, where like they really get just like, and the nominees for best sound design are
1917. Yes. Carl. Yeah, very that.
Yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari. Well,
yeah, very-
They should do it like that.
But before we get to the heart of our
Yes.
gay agenda tonight, we have a new segment called
Does She Deserve It?
In which we're talking about the Oscar actresses of past, present, and future.
I'm coughing off mic.
Yes.
I'm sure they heard
No
it.
one heard
I'm
it.
looking at the sound spike up when I cough.
So basically, Does She Deserve It is we're going to go back to all the winners and losers of the Best Actress Oscar nominees.
Oscar nominations.
Yeah. And seeing if did she deserve it or did she deserve to lose?
Yeah, it's kind of like an opinions episode. So we're going to start it off, Ryan.
Yes.
Whoa.
We're starting off with, this is kind of like an easy throw.
Okay.
A very easy question.
Meryl Streep. Does she deserve
Does
all
she
20?
deserve it?
All
Does
20?
she deserve all 20? 20 nominations.
Nominations.
Some of those wins, I don't think she deserves. I mean, she's the only one.
Twice.
Twice.
Three.
You're scatting again.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah.
Sophie's Choice.
The Iron Lady.
Okay, which I would absolutely take away from her.
Oh, yeah.
Why did she win for the Iron Lady? Who else was
I feel
up
like that was
year?
like her Viola Davis
Because-
for the help.
Phil did this.
Yeah.
Oh.
The lady not turning, or whatever the phrase is.
The lady doth protest.
Yeah.
The lady don't have teeth.
The lady have wooden teeth.
Yes. That was basically Meryl's
Basically, she
performance.
got an Oscar for saying, fuck the coal miners. And that's why she got that Oscar, right?
Yes, exactly.
Conservative group.
So which one
Yeah.
did she actually deserve to win?
Does she deserve to? Sophie's Choice, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would even say Kramer versus Kramer.
Even though they villainized her for being a mom.
Moms Are Evil?
Yes,
Yeah.
No.
yes, I would say that movie. I mean, it has a lot in relation with another movie that's nominated this year. Although I do think
Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford
Yes.
Ferrari.
Yes.
I do think
The Irishman.
but I'm sure we'll get to that. But,
Yes.
and I have feelings on
Yes.
more feelings on Kramer versus Kramer than I do
Oh, really?
Marriage Story. Yeah,
Interesting.
but I would give it to Kramer versus Kramer. I would definitely give it to her for Sophie's Choice.
Yes.
I don't know what else I would.
I would give it to her for Julie and Julia. Over Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side.
Yeah, who else was nominated that year though? I can't remember
Helen
nominees.
Mirren?
For what?
The patient... No.
Patient Zero?
The patient man? I don't know.
The Patient
The
Man.
Patient Man.
It was something
the patient
like
man?
the...
The Last Station.
Yes!
What does she play in that?
Mrs. Tolstoy.
Oh, wait. Did Gabby
What?
Sidibe get nominated that year?
Yes.
Oh, she did. For Precious. Based on the novel Push by Saf.
No, she gets nominated for Empire. That's
American Horror Story Coven.
yeah. Oh,
I
she
don't.
was great.
I'm bad with who's been past nominated, but I guess I would give it to Julie and Julia. I suppose.
I don't know. Well, more
Oui,
than
bonjour.
Bonjour.
I'm not big when Meryl is like
playing someone.
really intense, unless it's like when she played Aunt Adelaide in the film version of A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yes.
She's good.
That was fun.
Yeah, she was great.
It's a good time. I liked her in Devil Wears Prada.
Sure.
Wow. Wow. Is that a choice for me?
No,
I like
no.
Devil Wears Prada.
But it's just
That-
like, it's a very standard
That was
choice.
the beginning of Meryl. That was the beginning
Her
of that
going into
Meryl of wigs and
wigs and characters.
yes,
and
which is not a bad thing all the time, but I think it got
went
too
there.
much and like it really like came to a
Well,
head.
then
with
Florence versus Jenkins. Florence Foster Jenkins. Yeah.
Julia versus Julia, Florence versus
What was her name?
Florence versus
Flash.
Ford.
What was that one?
Ricky
and the Flash.
She wasn't nominated for that, though.
No,
No.
a movie that's
But there's like
aged well.
wigs.
Right.
Oh, there
What
are
was that
many
one with
wigs.
her and Tommy Lee Jones? Like Hope Springs or
Hope
something?
Springs.
Yes.
I almost said Warm Springs.
And then she started getting all these little cameo.
Front.
What was
The
it?
Homesman. That's the
Homesman?
Tommy Lee Jones movie that he
Homesman.
made.
Suffragette.
Suffragette.
Oh, votes for women.
Yeah, she,
yeah.
She, like,
Keep up the fight!
Literally was like on screen of
2 seconds.
showed up left side of the screen,
Walked
walked
off
off the right,
right.
and was never gone, never seen again.
Yep.
Literally 2 seconds of her on there, and then Carey Mulligan's carrying the whole. She's carrying.
Her and Helena's bottom farter, yeah.
yeah, Helen
entire-
bottom farter.
And then
Yep.
Ben Whishaw was her husband.
Oh, that's right.
Paddington
Winshaw.
Bear.
Winshaw.
Wishaw.
Wishaw. Oh, I did say it right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have we talked about it though on the podcast about me seeing him when he came into the theater?
No.
I haven't talked about that. Have I talked to you
During
about this?
reeling?
No, he was
came
just
in.
here randomly for 2 weeks in December.
Yeah, I think his.
I think
husband
I was there
doing
that day,
something.
and someone was like pointing behind me that he was standing behind me.
This is what kills me. Okay, so you have like you've heard of like the game. I think they played it on Las Culturistas. Like, are they a star or actress?
Sure.
I think he's an actor. He's not a star.
No, Ben Whishaw
He
is
has
the complete
no
opposite of a
oh
star.
God, he has no like presence. It's so sad. He's so skinny. He's very cute.
Very skinny, very cute.
Well, it's just nice
But-
that he just came in, he had a book, and he was reading, and then he went to go see his movie. And
Didn't
then
he
he
and his
left.
husband get split?
Oh,
Yeah.
he split.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And he spent his time at our place of employment.
Hey, we
Oh.
work there.
I think
Well-
I think I saw like a horrible like tabloid thing like him and his husband split. I think Andrew Scott and his husband also split recently.
Yeah.
Andrew Scott. Wait.
Who,
like-
by the way, I just watched Fleabag. I did not
Mhm.
realize how much he looked like Mike Burton.
Our friend, yeah.
our friend. The cheap soap.
Former
Yeah.
The cheap soap.
Yeah.
Listen to Boink.
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway, okay, next
Former
question.
guest.
J-Law versus Jessica Chastain. Or just J-Law in general.
Yeah. How do we feel about Jennifer Lawrence winning an Oscar for?
Silver Linings Playbook.
I feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a great movie. It's
No.
an okay performance. She's better in Winter's Bone. Who is
Winter's
Tea Kettle
Bone.
is going on?
Oh, that would be my.
I was like,
tea
is the
kettle.
T
Is that your
spilling?
hater?
The T is spelling. The
that a
spelling.
rating?
This is Tori spelling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Winter's Bone was the only one that I was like, oh, she could. That makes sense for her.
That's
to
a
win.
great performance, and
But-
I don't. I
I'm
don't
trying
really
to remember
agree.
who won for that year.
She for Silver Linings or Winter's Bone?
Winter's Bone.
I feel
Natalie
like
Portman.
Yeah.
For Black
Oh,
Swan.
okay.
Who I think well, between her and Annette Bening, I would say either one was fine.
Well, Annette Bening is long overdue. Because a lot of
Has she
people-
ever won an Oscar?
I
No.
don't think
She's
so.
never. Oh,
She was nominated for American Beauty.
She was not nominated for 20th Century Women, famously.
that is
Yes.
makes me mad.
disgusting.
I saw that movie twice in less than
I
24
sobbed.
hours. Cried both times.
Yes.
My God. That's all I just can't. I can't handle that.
That was a tough year, though. That
was a good year in general.
Isabelle Huppert, Emma Stone, who shouldn't have won.
No.
Oh.
Natalie Portman for Jackie.
Ruth Negga
Yes.
for Loving, which I never saw.
It was okay. It was very slow.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
She's a very good actress.
Like, important movie, but kind of...
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Glenn Close. Do you think she deserved anything?
102 Dalmatians.
Yes. I was going to say 101 Dalmatians.
Should have been nominated for 102 Dalmatians.
It's the only time she ever came close, Glenn Close.
Glenn Close.
Glengarry.
Glenn
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Liaison Danger. That's probably like her best.
She's fabulous.
I can't believe I called her that name. It's called Dangerous Liaison.
I was like, Liaison Dangerous.
I was just like, oh, French. It's the cava.
Yes. But she should have won for
Spain.
She should have won for like Dangerous Liaison. She should. She's very. I recently over the summer with a friend we watched Fatal Attraction because I had not seen it.
That movie.
I had not seen it ever.
Oh really?
No, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I think she deserved that one.
She's great.
That was like a really good movie, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And I thought she was great in that.
She's intense.
So I think not for the wife though.
Wife.
Actually, I was kind of happy that she didn't win for the wife.
It was funny for me.
No, she's in the Renee. She has the Renee Zellweger has the same situation this year where like the movie is not very good and neither is the performance.
Oh my God, Judy.
Embarrassing.
She just she twitches her face, and she can kind of sing.
She's like giving the Oscar speech in the movie.
I'm just glad that Renee Zellweger's like
coming back.
Well, no, I just like that her plastic surgery has calmed down because
Sure.
like she actually kind of looks like her former self.
Well, she always looks like she sucked on a lemon.
Yes,
and I'm okay with that.
But
that's
now
her
she
face.
looks like but now she looks dehydrated and she sucked on a lemon.
It's the Botox.
Yes,
it's the Botoxy.
Yeah, I like Renee Zellweger a lot.
I like
but
her. She won for Cold Mountain, right?
This here's bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah, I was into it.
Cold Mountain, really?
Give her. I was young.
I think I only saw it once.
I was very.
I think I was almost too young.
I love like these movies where they're super dramatic. I love Chicago.
Great in Chicago.
Yes.
The movie, I love Chicago.
Yeah.
The first time I saw that,
Miss Val McKelly in an act of desperation.
That's Kyle's grinder bio.
Oh my God.
Mine is Keeper of the Claim, Countess of the Keys, Matron Mama Moore.
Well, cheers to that. All right.
I love that.
One last question.
Okay, what's the last one?
All About Eve. The only movie to have all 4 actresses get nominated in both Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. Do you think that'll ever happen again?
Like where the whole category is taken over
by a female cast.
There'd have to be a really big movie with a lot. I mean, I guess that could have happened with Little Women.
Yeah.
No. Saoirse.
Sure.
It would. Well, there wouldn't have been 2 lead actresses. There would have just been the one, and then
like 4
Do you think Florence
supporting.
Would they have given a nom to Meryl for her?
No, I really did. Although I
No.
did think that Laura Dern. I really wish Laura Dern would have stayed in supporting actress category, but kept her nomination for Little Women because I thought she was better in that movie.
I agree.
Then
even though she is the most out of period actress
in there,
in that whole group.
Yeah. But I love Marmee.
No, I do.
Yeah.
But I thought that helped. I thought it was interesting casting choice. But there were parts where I was like, Laura Dern is like not.
She's on her cell phone
does
right
not
now.
look like a period
It's
person.
like, she's like in between shooting A Marriage Story and Little Women.
Yeah,
she's like running
honestly,
back and forth.
yeah.
So she has her lawyer suit like underneath the dress.
It's a tearaway.
Yeah.
Love a tearaway.
She rips it off and it'd be like, men aren't father. Like, fathers are bad.
All right. Well, that was a very good first round of Does
She deserve it? Well, cheers to Does She Deserve It?
Apparently our opinion is no, she does not. All right, and now onto the heart of our gay agenda, the 92nd Academy Award
92nd?
for white people. Yeah.
It's a very white year.
Yes, it is a very white year.
Charlotte Rampling comes in.
This is what I like.
Yeah, Charlotte Rampling. What if the best people that were nominated were white?
Yeah. Who else was it? He was the actor.
Literally everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael Gambon or whatever his name is. No.
No idea.
Yeah. Basically, all British people have just been like, I like this. Let's keep
Catherine
it this way.
Deneuve.
Yeah.
The nerve.
All right. So we're going to open up the floor to all major categories. We'll probably go through Best Picture, Best Director, all for acting and maybe writing.
Maybe
It's
writing.
a big year, too. It was a lot. There were a lot of stuff came out.
A lot of stuff
Yes.
came out this year. And I was actually pretty happy with this year in film in general.
Should we just go down?
But I'm like, I always say that. I'm at the end, I'm always like, oh, wow, what a great year. But, like, it's
That's
always
true.
a good
I said
year.
that for 2018, and then I walked away from 2018 being like, nothing was nominated. But
What? I don't even remember what. Green Book.
yeah.
Wait, 2018.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
was that?
It was the 2019 Oscars
Yes,
for 2018.
2018. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess let's just go down the list here.
So we can get through in the Best Picture right now. So
yeah.
The 9.
the 9.
Why is it not 10? Why is it not 5?
Why is it never
back to
10?
5.
I think it's a voting thing.
They are allowed to
Yes.
nominate 5 to 10.
Yes.
Right.
But if you're that close to 9,
Just
round up.
Just
Right.
round up.
Throw something else in there.
I
Right.
wonder what the other thing they could
Well,
have
because
thrown in there.
there's like this rule that's like they have
Nothing.
to like have a majority vote in order to like
Yes.
qualify. So every year like 9 films have had a majority vote.
Well, hence Ford
Yes.
versus Ferrari being
Yeah.
nominated this year because it's just a bunch of white guys.
Right.
Do you see it? Ford versus Ferrari?
No.
No. Did you see it?
No.
Well, we're going to just zoom past
It's
that.
not. That's not the reason why I didn't see it, but
I mean, I didn't
Well,
see
it
it
just
because
came and it just came and went.
I have
yeah,
so-
it was
really, I feel like it was around forever. I have so little interest.
It was just
I don't know.
white guys in cars,
Yeah.
which like
And there's a big
That's Grease,
Herbie
but-
fully loaded vibe around it.
I would scream if
If
it was
Lindsay
like
Lohan just like comes
What
out
was
the
that
third
song that
car.
she sang where she was like, I'm driving fast?
that was her
Those
on the
were
way to the jail. She's like, I'm driving fast. Here's another DUI. We love you, Lindsay. Well, gonna see you at the Oscars. No, we're not.
No.
So yeah, no, I
I
did
want to
not.
come back. I want to come back.
I want to come back too. She tried it with
I'm
that reality
bored.
show.
I'm so bored.
I want her to come back.
She tried it with
Liz
the
and
reality
Dick.
show.
Liz and Dick.
Liz and Dick. Or The Canyons with James Dean.
Not horrible, but it's bad.
I was into it. I mean, I love trash, which is why I'm not upset by a lot of these.
I love that
movies
it's directed by
nominations.
Paul Schrader.
Right?
Choices. So here's a movie that I know we all have seen.
Here's a movie.
Here's a movie, The Irishman.
Yes.
Ryan, I know that you.
Why you were I like that we like
Love
went from
it.
Force vs. Ferrari, something that we haven't seen, and then like
The big
the
one.
next show, Irishman, which is a 3.5 hour
Like epic drama.
epic
Martin
drama.
Scorsese.
Dare I say it is the richest? I might be in the minority of like people that listen to this, but like it's like the richest of the movies. It is extremely dense, extremely thick, and full of like
Thick.
yeah. bon mots and
which I like. That.
Yeah.
and historical
Yes.
goodies.
There's a lot of details that I
Wildly
like
detailed.
completely
It went over
my
your head. You loved it.
I did, and I've seen it a few times.
Okay, I watched it once, but
Yeah.
it took me like
A
3
minute.
times to
Okay.
get through it.
I was gonna say it took me 3
Did you have to
hours to
come
get
back?
through.
Did you come back to?
I
the
had
place
to
we
come
stopped?
back, and I would like stop in between, but I will say that that was not the movie necessarily.
you
That was more so me.
ruined the viewing experience. I'm just kidding.
Kind of. Well, I will say the last part. Also, we should just say spoiler alert.
Well, the
if you
last-
haven't seen any of these movies, like don't
There
be
were
upset that
major
we're talking
spoilers.
about
Well,
it.
the
Yeah.
last, excuse me, the last, I want to say hour of The Irishman.
Yes.
Okay,
maybe the last
like
45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
It only works if you have ridden it from moment zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's true because I stopped about 50 minutes left, made some food, came back,
Yes.
watched the last, and I was like,
And then you're
the
hit,
fuck?
and then you come back, you press play, and you're hit with an incredible amount, maybe like the most amount of sadness in any movie this year.
It's sad and it just ends.
And it's not sad in like, oh my god, I feel bad for this person, but you're
Right.
sad in like a really like, ooh, American history sort of way. But
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
there is a weird religious sadness with the lead character.
Yes.
And sort of you're mad that people who have choices in this world make bad ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Like him.
Yeah. So do you think that it should have not been on Netflix then, since you were very much
But
an
it was
advocate
in
for...
theaters though.
Yeah.
And it played at the theater that
We're at, yeah. Mm-hmm.
for a for a
at.
nice chunk of time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there were so many people who flocked to
So many-
just see The Irish.
It was literally all
Yeah, so
old people.
I went opening day.
It was
and
you
I-
and old people.
Yes,
yeah.
and it was filled in the largest theater there, which was great.
Yes.
And
it was
also-
selling
and
out
also-
left
and
and
it
right.
asks a lot for an audience.
Yes, it
It's a
does.
movie that asks a lot.
You gotta
I didn't see
be
a
in
lot
it.
of people get up because I think it does. I think it works, but
I did think it was
I
really
liked it.
interesting.
Yes.
Like it's fine. I'm fine that it's nominated. I found it interesting.
I
'cause
find it to
growing-
be. I hate to be hyperbolic, but I think it is like an American masterpiece.
it's something.
Sure.
Yes.
I
think, well, for me, like, because I grew up watching Goodfellas, so I was
Sure.
very much loving Goodfellas, and so for me, it's like a remastered version.
But was that not interesting to see a movie that completely goes against not that Goodfellas is selling that lifestyle,
No.
but the fact that people for years have been saying that Martin
Like-
Scorsese has been selling
Like
and
gangster
brokering
dramas,
that
yeah.
lifestyle,
Right.
and now is like, fuck it, I'm gonna actually make a movie that like is completely.
I guess.
It's cold. It's
Yeah.
distant. None of
There's
these people,
no
none of these people- None of these
cocaine?
people
No.
are your friends.
No. That's true.
I did think that Joe Pesci, he could be my friend.
Well, there are
He's so
there are
little.
very
So
moments
you're
where he's
not
very.
Anna Paquin.
There's moments
No,
where
I'm
he's
not.
very cute in that movie.
Yeah, he's
so
very
cute.
sweet. Like
He's so
I was
whittle.
like, yeah.
Whittle.
Not even little. He's whittle.
He's whittle.
He's a whittle guy. A whittle mob
The
boss.
part where he's like his mouth is like all curled up and
I was like, what is in the
smiling
restaurant
at
scene?
people,
Like,
yes.
it's like Robert De Niro and Harvey Keitel, and
yeah,
Joe
well,
Pesci's
Harvey
just
Keitel's
like,
ripping into
yeah.
Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci's like coyly smiling.
Yes.
yeah, like, I was at home alone.
Yes.
I gotta say that, like, growing up in Michigan, I had no idea who the fuck Jimmy Hoffa was.
Sure.
But growing up outside, just north of Detroit, we were just like, oh, I bet Jimmy Hoffa is buried underneath the Detroit
That's
Stadium,
funny.
like
Oh, that's
constantly,
funny.
and I had no idea who that was. So watching this movie was kind of a full circle moment of being like,
Yes.
oh my god, okay, so this actually, this is kind of crazy.
I mean, we don't know if the Irishman
Right,
Frank Sheeran actually killed
accurately.
him, but
That's
he
true.
says that he did.
I mean, why would he admit to fame?
Well, no, he died by the time the book
Actually, came out.
movie
yeah.
comes. Yes.
Oh jeez.
Well, I mean, I heard You Paint Houses came out, 2004?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't just leave that as a title.
It has a
heard
better title.
It's a better
Yeah.
title.
I mean, they do sort of leave it as the title. The
At
movie
the
opens
end.
up with that.
Yeah.
So the nominations. Robert De Niro was not nominated.
No, but I understand why. I think it's a hard performance to nominate. He's so passive.
Yes.
Yes.
Joe Pesci and Al Pacino both.
Yes, and will lose. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they all deserve? Do you think both deserve?
Yes,
it?
of course. I
Okay.
think like it's a return to form for Pacino. I think he's often sometimes in a Nicolas Cage way used for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And then Joe Pesci, of course, he hasn't been in anything in for years.
It was nice to see him.
Well, I'm also
Yes,
trying to
it's
think
really
of like
nice.
when was the
Keep
moment
down.
when Al Pacino stopped becoming like the cold Michael Corleone, like really like stoic man to like Al Pacino today. Like when was that moment in time? I feel like I wouldn't say argue
He's
scent of a
always
woman.
been like really intense, but like you can watch Dog Day Afternoon and see a really intense performance from him there, and
yeah,
but it's still grounded in a very human way.
yeah.
I don't know where cartoon Pacino. Not that he isn't cartoon. I like him.
I liked
almost
him in
everything
like the
that he does.
Midwest. Like I liked him playing a Midwest
Hiya,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It worked for me.
Yes,
Yeah,
like he was
I
really
worked.
leaning into the Midwestern.
Yes, he was.
accent.
But I'm into that.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was fine with that.
Weirdly enough, Irishman has not won very many things at all.
No, it won like some critics have won the National Board of Review.
Yeah.
Best Picture.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like people are confused by the movie.
I think it's definitely split people.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
length doesn't help.
Yeah.
It throws people off.
The masculinity of it, I suppose, doesn't help either. But if anything, I've always found Scorsese to be like our best. I mean, and I'm like
Yeah.
I worship at the
You're
temple
diehard.
of Scorsese. I mean, why wouldn't anybody?
Yeah.
Of like, the few American,
great-
the few American people that I actually enjoy who make movies.
Is the other one Kyle?
Yeah.
You've never seen my movies, and maybe after this recording you will, and you can laugh at
Well,
me.
I also
We'll
feel
go
like
xvideos.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like Scorsese's like take on masculinity is way less aggravating than like Tarantino's.
But I also
Yes.
think that he is also he comes from a place from where he grew up and from how he studied and his relationship with Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think that Scorsese is also comments a lot on what he thinks of
That's true.
these
Was he raised
people.
Catholic?
Was he raised Catholic?
I was
Raised
like-
Buddhist.
Right.
Scorsese.
Well, I couldn't remember, but I was
Yeah.
just like, I think that had to have played like a huge part in his life.
But you can
yeah.
see,
Well,
you
you
can
see
see he definitely he understands violence in terms that I don't think Tarantino even understands.
It feels like a complicated... Okay, so, like, I've talked to you about this. My favorite part of The Irishman is when Frank, Robert De Niro's character, curb stomps the shop owner for pushing his daughter.
Yes.
I loved that scene. It was my favorite
very,
scene.
like, slow motion.
It's a little... Because Robert De Niro is old.
Very old.
Very old.
But something about that scene, because I was like...
Funny enough, although the scenes where Robert De Niro looks the best is when he looks like a raisin. Like the extra old makeup.
Well, like, when the first time you see him, he's like...
And we can talk about the de-aging, because the de-aging is something.
Yeah,
it's not horrible,
It
but there is
bother
a
me,
moment where I think you have to choose, and I think which is splits a lot of people, you have to choose whether you're okay with it or you're not, and if you are, you're going to go on.
I was fine with
and
it.
if you're not, you're out.
Yeah.
I was fine.
And I do think it's the curb stomping scene.
Yeah, that is bad too. Yeah. But I love the whole movie, and I like the idea of old men playing pretend.
There's
an old Hollywood quality to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, if you're in on it, okay, the joke's going to work. But if you're like, fuck this joke, I don't like this joke, it's not working. Right. But I love that scene because maybe I'm a little bit twisted. But something about him defending his daughter the only way he knows how with violence.
Sure, but also that being the splinter of
their relationship.
Yes,
with Anna Paquin. Great performance.
Famously 6 or 7 words.
Oh my gosh, what does she even say?
She says, why didn't you call Joe?
Yeah.
Joe Hoffa. After Jimmy Hoffa is pronounced missing.
Right.
I love that performance. I think, honestly, I wish the acting branch was more daring and would have thrown her in there because she is not unmemorable at all. Nor is that character. He constantly cuts away to her, not even blankly staring with like fury and hellfire.
Yeah.
And not understanding why his daughter would not want to talk to him.
Yes.
Or
and even like it just shows
character.
how well someone can be directed and how well a movie can be made. Mm-hmm. There's a scene later in the movie of Marin Ireland who just jumps out of nowhere as one of his other daughters and has a great scene with De Niro.
Yeah.
And you completely understand that relationship in about
part
2
was
minutes.
that?
Near the very end.
I was going to say, it had to be like...
It's when he's going around, he goes to buy...
He's doing the apology tour.
Yes, goes to buy a
casket.
Box, casket, goes
Those
to buy a plot.
death boxes.
Yes, from Maddie Matheson.
Yes.
Right.
Good scene.
Yes, I love... I could talk about The Irishman forever.
Yes.
I'm glad I watched it. I specifically watched
nominated.
it for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just do love it, and I understand people's reservations.
Do you think people are upset because... Why do you think people are upset? Is it the movie itself? Is it the length? I think the length has kind of put a lot of people off.
I've just seen a lot of I don't know. There's a lot of bad takes and there's a lot of good takes.
Yeah.
But
I feel like with like there's a lot of like
I'm fine with people
you
who
walk
just
into
don't
it
like
knowing a lot about it. Like you walk in knowing like the length, the fact about like the de-aging, like Robert De Niro, like all this stuff. So I feel like a lot of people just kind of walk in with like all these expectations and you either drop it or you just hang on to it. I feel like the people who hung on to it didn't like it.
I think people who don't like it, I understand people who just like have nothing to say about it, they don't like it, but there's like vitriol that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I don't get that.
I understand that you can have that about Joker, which I think is still a waste of your breath.
Yes.
Instead of just have no opinions on it at all.
Yes.
But I just don't understand the like hatred for it. People saying that it's empty, which I don't think it is. No. But
it does. I think it's hard to find the empathy in The Irishman for most of it until towards the end.
Sure.
But then you can kind of reflect back and be like, okay, well, that was actually a really empathetic moment for.
But I don't go to movies to have Puritan feelings about people, about people who are good and evil. I do want to have complicated feelings about people,
and that is where it does succeed.
Yeah,
because I liked Frank. Yeah, he's doing these terrible things.
Absolutely.
He kills one of his best friends.
He kills essentially his best friend for who he thinks is his best friend.
Yes.
Right.
And I still was like, I get it. I feel bad. I'm pretty
sure I never not justified any of his actions throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have
even when he kills those German officers, you completely understand, this is the breaking of a psyche.
Right.
But you understand why
it happened. Yeah.
Like you don't hate him.
No.
Which I think is very...
I think that's also a great performance for Robert De Niro.
Yes. And then again about aging, like when you're never going to see. It's,
Yeah, that's true. Okay, fair. Well, speaking of one of the big heavy hitters, we're going to switch from Scorsese to Tarantino.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Thoughts on that? Nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Original Screenplay, and other technical stuff.
That was another one I wish if they were more daring, they would have thrown in Margot Robbie.
See, okay, I need you to give me an argument for this because I wasn't behind Margot Robbie in Sharon Tate.
In the treatment of her or in the performance?
In the treatment, I guess, of Sharon Tate.
I can't really speak on...
Sharon Tate is like, that's hard. The poor girl. Like, it's going to be hard to be like, the treatment of her.
My take on it is a movie that I like it.
What?
I spoke over you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's my kava.
It's a movie that I like. I like it enough.
Yeah.
I was taken by it.
It's my favorite Tarantino movie in like 10 years.
For sure.
Yeah.
Since Inglourious Basterds. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last one I liked.
Hollywood loves Hollywood.
That's true.
You know?
I didn't really know it was about movies.
It's not...
There's all these weird considerations that are like, because you love movies. Like, you know, it was sort of... I mean, obviously, like, he works on movie, like, on big movie studio sets in the movie, but whatever. The Sharon Tate role and the treatment, I can't speak on, like, the whole goodliness of her. I don't know if I see that argument, but I just enjoyed the idea of, like, and it all boils down to the one scene where Sharon Tate
is in the movie theater
and watches herself, and they don't replace her as you thought they would do in an earlier scene where they pull out, where they put Leonardo DiCaprio in an older movie,
right? Uh-huh.
So instead they show footage of a not very good movie that Sharon Tate was in, The Wrecking Crew, with the actual footage from it,
Sharon Tate,
which I think was a weird. And for me, I was like, ooh, it's very interesting to like watch this person alive.
Yes,
since we as a nation are obsessed with this woman's body, essentially.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if that was there in the screenplay, but it certainly is in the entire Publix who's seen it version.
Everyone has talked about actually that scene. They're like, that's the one scene that they're okay with. Because a lot of people I talked to were not huge fans of the movie. But that scene where she watches herself is
very good.
Connects,
and it feels
people.
Good. Yeah.
Right.
And I like that performance, but I think Margot Robbie is an intensely character performer, and I think she brought a lot of that.
That's true.
To Sharon Tate.
Because
the performance that she is nominated for is fine.
It's fine.
But it's not good.
That's why I'm surprised. I such a smack
I think
in the
they
face.
nominated her. Nominated her
You're
because they didn't
again.
want to nominate her for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I think so too.
Why nominate her for that? Like, don't give her the nomination at all.
Spite?
And just
I don't
give
know.
J-Lo
Her slot. Even though
I would.
I thought J-Lo was going to be nominated, and I still do. I would have called huge category fraud either way.
Yeah,
do you think she's
category fraud.
She's in 70% of Hustlers. She's the co-lead.
She's the co-lead, but you could have totally given her the best supporting.
Yeah.
Sure. I do agree that...
But she is also the best performer in Hustlers.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you don't go see the Hustlers for Constance Wu. No,
I love Constance Wu. She's a great actress.
I love her.
She was not good in Hustlers.
No, she wasn't.
Those bangs.
No,
and it's not
she wasn't good in the only thing, not to like be rude to Hustlers or drag it like through the mud, but like there's a scene where like it finally cuts to her being interviewed by Julia Stiles. Yes. And Constance Wu straight up is like crying.
Yeah.
And Julia Stiles decides, I'm going to act circles around the lead of this movie and never be in another scene again.
And she does.
Yes. And
Are you talking about Julia
Stiles? So rude, yeah.
Yeah. That was a great comeback. Because I haven't seen Julia Stiles in a while.
No. And I constantly be thinking about her.
Yeah. I actually would get rid of Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit.
Oh yeah, weird choice.
Interesting
to put her in there too.
Yes.
I mean, interesting that you would not you would leave. I think I'm sure,
I would leave Margot Robbie.
I'm sure we'll speak about Jojo Rabbit, and that's another movie that boggles my brain and turns it around upside down. I think she's also the best part of that movie.
Really?
I would have taken away her nomination for Marriage Story.
Oh, you didn't like the Marriage Story?
No, I did like Marriage Story.
You didn't like, you didn't, but you did, but you think that she should be nominated.
On Marriage Story, The Marriage Story, and The Marriage Story. I think she was alright in it.
I liked it. I think they both were great.
She's in a play. Yeah. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But she's in a very intense Neil Simon play.
Yes.
Neil Simon, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's very, I love Noah Baumbach. I'm such I'll be an apologist if things are shitty.
I look at myself in that life, and that person is a stranger to me. I don't even know that line.
Scarlett?
Yeah.
Is that you?
That's what she's doing. You gaslighted me.
Scarlett. When she said you gaslighted me, I was like, Noah straight up went to, a comment section. It was like, gaslighting.
Gaslighted.
women feel gaslighted. Yes, well, yeah, with that's what's happening. And he wrote that in there.
Also, when he punches the
wall,
there's part of me that was like, I don't think Noah Baumbach has ever punched anybody.
Right. Yeah, I
never
think
wanted to hit anybody.
I was just like, what happens when people fight?
But obviously, I think that Adam Driver brought that his house to.
I mean, Adam Driver.
Fantastic.
What a performance.
Yeah.
Actually, when he stands up and Scarlett Johansson literally tilts her head upward to look at him.
Yeah.
He's such a physical
big.
presence.
He's a
He's a big guy.
I didn't realize how tall he really was.
He's got big hands.
Yeah.
When he was on SNL, literally, he moved his hand. He could palm your face.
Like a
it's
big
so
head,
big. Yeah, he would just be like basketball. Like between his hands and his pecs, he would dribble. He'd dribble all of us.
Yes.
At the same time.
And we'll get to him. We had to go back to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's fine. I like it.
Yes.
Should it be nominated for Best Picture?
Sure.
Yes.
Should it be nominated for Best Director?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should it be nominated
But any
for...
movie that should be nominated for Best Picture should also be nominated for Best Director.
Yes.
Should it be nominated... Should Brad Pitt be nominated for Best Supporting Actor?
Yes.
He's getting a lot of accolades.
Category fraud.
Yes, because I actually would switch Leo and Brad around.
But they're both the leads of that movie, though.
Co-leads.
They are.
Speaking
But I
of
feel- I would-
co-leads...
They share a billing.
But I would argue that Brad Pitt is definitely the soul of the movie compared to
The soul
the
of
soul of the movie.
California.
Yeah, compared to
Really?
Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know.
I don't think about Brad Pitt as much. I mean, I think about the scene, obviously, where he takes his shirt off, as everyone does. And I think about
That was lovely.
literally everyone when I saw it was like screaming and hollering. I like that, but I think about Leonardo DiCaprio more in his trailer having a mental breakdown.
Oh yeah, I always think of when
I haven't seen Leo be that good in a minute either.
Always think of
not since Wolf of Wall
Brad
Street.
Pitt when they're on the yacht and they're talking about like when he killed his
Wife,
if he killed his
yeah.
wife. Yeah.
That's a weird thing to put in there. I was talking to someone about that comment.
It
Because
is
it's like not
weird.
super empathetic. And do they come...
It
They
doesn't
never
come back.
resolve it.
It's a very odd character detail.
Do you think it was trying to be funny and it didn't come off as funny?
No,
and
it is
came off as
funny,
weird?
but it does come
yeah.
off as funny. But I don't know.
But it's weird. It just they
A
don't
weird
resolve
little,
it.
like, we're gonna
But
drop
also they
this.
also don't resolve the Bruce Lee thing either. Like Bruce Lee was just in.
Oof.
I think that resolves itself better. He makes an ass of himself, and
Right.
and gets thrown off the lot.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than the wife,
Yeah.
because I think the Bruce Lee thing has a closing.
Did you
Because
hear-
it's the overarching memory in the memory.
Did
Yeah.
Did any of you ever read the Wikipedia article that was released the day Once Upon a Time came out?
About
Like the plot summary of it?
no.
Okay, so someone like created this elaborate hoax about at the end where
It was you.
No, Brad shut up. Brad Pitt gets stabbed, so he actually falls to the ground and doesn't get up.
Yes.
Sharon Tate then hears them screaming, comes in, does ninja fighting like that Bruce Lee taught her on set, and then Bruce Lee comes in and saves the day. Like someone made up this
Could
very
that have been from a leaked script?
I don't know. Someone made up this like elaborate
But there is
script.
shots of the movie where they show Sharon Tate and Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
learning.
like doing
It's kind of cuckoo
karate.
pants, but I'm into it.
that's almost too cuckoo pants for that movie though.
Yeah.
In a movie that is cuckoo pants.
Yeah, somehow that's the most ludicrous
Once upon a
thing
time
that
in my
could
cuckoo
happen.
pants.
Yeah, I like it well enough.
Is it going to win anything?
Brad Pitt will win the best
The
supporting
best supporting
actor.
actor, yeah. I feel like that's a lock. I don't know. I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's very watchable.
7.5. That's not bad.
No.
No.
I think there are other things that are extremely less watchable in the.
Oh
Best
yeah,
Picture
I was
category.
like, Once Upon a Time is not my least appalling film.
What's
of
your
the year.
least appalling? Both at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go.
Meaning like one I hated the
Oh,
most.
yeah. Out of Best Picture.
Oh, Joker easily.
Joker.
What like is the most appalling?
Most appalling. Josh said
Funny
Joker.
enough, I'm gonna say Jojo Rabbit.
Oh really?
Let's
I didn't
get
like Jojo Rabbit either.
Let's get into Jojo Rabbit. What was it? Do you think it didn't go far enough as a satire?
No, I think it's
No.
the complete opposite of a cartoon, and I just don't understand the love for. I just have a lot of feelings about this whole idea of putting the Nazi boy forward.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things about in the particular world that we live in of talking about where hate comes from, how hate is taught. But I also don't think that if hate is taught, and at that age, and how well he puts himself as a hateful person, I don't think it can be turned off like a light switch.
Oh, no.
Nor do I think it's taken away by a boner.
No.
It's true. He meets the Jewish girl.
He meets the Jewish girl, gets hard, and I mean he's like, I don't hate Jews anymore.
Right.
And I think that's very. I don't want to like call for like things that are dangerous, but I thought that was really upsetting and offensive.
Because if I'm attracted to someone,
because we're at least
like
people are like, oh my god, what Joker says about mental illness. Joker just says that there is mental illness and never comes to comment back.
Yeah,
on it.
Right.
The Joker goes like, oh, we live in a society.
Period. That's the movie.
But never comes back to what society they live in.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, great. At least they just didn't answer it. Whereas like Jojo Rabbit has all these ideas of hate, and then they have this fucking backwards shit with Sam Rockwell as a closeted Nazi,
gay,
and with his lover, and they get a wraparound moment at the end where
they sacrifice themselves.
He gets a heroic moment,
Jojo.
and it's so off-putting. Like, oh, I get it. Oh, great. He's supposed to be nice because he was a gay person, but it's completely.
But we're not nice.
But it's completely ahistorical to what gay people actually went through when the
exactly.
fell.
Yeah.
Yes, they did force people to be in the army who were in a position to be in the army, but they were not particularly they were usually always on the front lines.
Right. Being murdered. Right.
So I just found that movie to be really reckless.
It just wasn't well thought
and
out.
Taika Waititi is very cutesy, winky.
Yeah, his style of parody is just like.
Does it not work for American audiences or just in general?
I think it works. It doesn't work at all.
I don't think it works in general, but I would argue that unfortunately, I think it would work for American audiences because I think it's vanilla enough for people to swallow and be like, "Oh, that was cute."
It has the same moral codes as Green Book. I find it to be the same movie.
Do you think he's trying? Because
because
a lot of people were like,
also
okay
Green
with
Book.
it.
Green Book is
On
like
paper.
a liberal movie.
Yeah,
it is. Like you can't look at that and be all like, oh my god, racists love this movie. They don't. It's for
the dad in Get Out.
Yes, it's for
that's who it is.
As is for Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah. Like it's not the worst movie ever made.
No,
and it's not.
Which is what I thought. Well, I don't know.
It's not necessarily.
I put it way down
us.
the bottom of my list.
Sure,
yeah.
it's like not against us, but
it's like 8 out of 9 for me.
Of the worst.
For like the best picture.
Okay, yeah.
That's fair.
I still put Joker just above it, only because I was just at least bored out of my mind. I wasn't like.
For Joker?
During Joker.
The only thing that I would argue that I liked about Jojo Rabbit was that I just liked the vibrant cinematography.
Sure.
The colors were
pretty.
And
the best friend, the fat kid.
Yes.
Who's really
I always liked Fat Kid.
Who should have been Jojo, right? Yeah.
Oh, it should have been.
And I thought Scarlett Jo was fine in that. I thought she did what she had to do. And it's just...
She did also her performance. Like, she still, gave a little bit of an accent.
Yes, and the kid is so hateful through the whole movie. And his mom is like, oh, I love you, Jojo. But, like, the whole time that she's, like, this... In the resistance, essentially.
Right.
Weird that, it's just...
And I was also, I was wondering, I wonder if she's just going to, leave Jojo behind one day.
Well, and then they play up this, really intense moment of... so here's a spoiler.
Sure. Spoiler alert.
Have you not seen
spoilers.
It? Oh.
Well,
I know what happens.
In the middle of the town, they have this group of people that have been hung, of people that have been caught or who are going against the government and against the Third Reich. And at one point, Jojo's mother drops out of the movie.
Yeah.
We don't know where she is, but obviously they're leading up to this that she's been taken.
Yeah.
But then they show her hung body, and they play it up like it's Bambi. Like he's straight up. He chases a butterfly. He's dropped something,
and then sees his mother.
He looks up and he stares at her shoe, and that was
her untied shoelace, which is the first time his whole character is that he can't
fucking tie his shoes. Yeah.
And so he ties it for her. It's the first time he ties a complete shoe on her dead body. It's just so...
I can see, though, why mass audiences like that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Why, as a whole, that works for a lot of people.
Sure, a lot of people are
without
comparing it to the world we live in today.
Right.
And, I don't know, there's nothing really satirical about it. I don't think it's punching anywhere. There's a lot.
It's punching the air.
I think we live in a very close to fascist society.
I've seen The Handmaid's Tale
right now, but I don't think we're living in post Weimar Germany.
No,
I don't.
And the parallels that they're drawing don't work. And then there's the whole thing coining anti-hate satire, which is so foolish and not even a genre or not even
right. So it's nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yes.
Not Best Director.
No.
Right? Okay.
Not to sound glib, but Best Adapted Screenplay. Are they adapting from World War II?
No,
what are they?
Jojo
It's a
Jojo
book.
Rabbit
It's a
is
book.
based on
Oh, it's a book.
based on a
Okay.
novel where apparently at the end of the book, and they do this in the movie.
We adapted it from this comic strip from World War
Right.
II.
In the book of Jojo Rabbit, when he finds out that the Germans have lost the Second World War,
Yeah.
He does keep her and tells them that they won. Whereas in the movie, he lets her out after doing that as well. But,
that makes it even more disappointing.
yeah.
Oh, because that actually would have made more sense to his hateful, gross
But I would have rather seen that ending.
boner kid.
Yeah.
Boner kid.
Boner kid.
I would have rather have had an Irishman ending, him sort of living with this intense
Guilt
sadness.
and sadness.
Yeah.
I would have rather have knocked out the boner, but I would have rather have, just had that away. But
Nazi
had him-
boners I'm not into.
well, she was so like a little kid, and she's like much older than him too. Not that they have any sexual chemistry in the movie. But,
Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala.
Yeah, but I just don't like. I wish that they would have left it with like this intense sadness of one, the government that you've like followed around has lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then two.
Look how terrible you are. Yeah. I don't think people would have watched it though.
No.
You have to nice ending.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially for
Not saying that's okay.
They would have been outraged that was the ending.
Yeah.
This is a weird transition. Are we done with Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm going to say that the transition is interesting that ScarJo had her shoe tied in Jojo Rabbit, yet she was the one to tie the shoe in Marriage Story.
You should just live in saying. You should just leave in that you were going to say. This is an interesting segue.
Was Marriage Story nominated for Best Picture?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Oh, it was. Oh, really? Oh. Not Best Director.
No.
Okay.
Him and Greta Gerwig.
Neither one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one of
they
them.
got canceled
Yeah.
out.
Which again, I think.
Did you-
I actually weirdly was kind of pleasantly surprised by Marriage Story, and I will argue.
Really?
I feel like
a
I'm.
Baumbach fan.
No, I
Like,
am a Baumbach fan.
Like,
Okay.
I am open.
I rank it a little bit
him.
lower, but
I was just more pleasantly surprised because
I do love Baumbach. Yeah.
This is a hot take. I wasn't the biggest fan of Frances Ha.
But did you like Mistress America and While We're Young?
I did like Mistress America.
Okay, well then that's okay.
Did you like Meyerowitz Stories? I love.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
you
watch
must. I
Meyerowitz
think it's
Stories.
much
Okay,
better than
really?
Marriage Story. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably like one of his best movies. I'd
Okay.
say.
Okay. So I'm kind of like on the same side as Kyle. Like I was just like I thought the screenplay was phenomenal. I actually would prefer
Marriage Story.
Yeah. I would actually except for a certain character who we'll bring up in a little bit here, Laura Dern.
Are you anti her in this?
No, I'm not anti.
She plays the devil for no reason in that.
But that's
Right.
so real. That's so real.
Is it?
Is
My
it?
parents had devil lawyer.
So
yes.
did mine, but like I feel like the Ray Liotta character was like
I like
not
him.
in the movie as much, but is so much more drawn of just being like shark.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, maybe it's Laura Dern.
I feel like Laura Dern's
Being Laura
character
Dern.
was the most.
Obnoxious.
Yes.
I like the characterization just because it's kind of silly.
Well, especially
Like,
like her whole
the
monologue of like what
walls.
women have to go through to get a divorce and things like that. Like,
Were you upset by that?
No, but I
wasn't
just
upset
thought
by
I thought
it,
it
yeah.
was very cartoony.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, it is.
That a movie that wasn't very cartoony.
Yeah.
like it stood out very much as like a jarring moment in the film for me.
I think I was.
And it
okay
lands
with
on like
that.
a perfect joke, which is also like it
Jarring.
didn't make it work.
It was.
Yeah.
It was so on the nose.
It's
that
like
as
such a good joke that
yeah.
you're like, well, it just feels weird. Yeah.
As I watched it, it's.
Where's Alan Alda's Best Supporting Actor nomination?
Aww.
And
Yeah.
where's my hug from Alan Alda?
Oh, he's
He's actually right here.
He's inside, under your seat.
He's so sweet.
When
Everyone
when
gets to take home Alan Alda.
When he hugs Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver in the movie, you're like, oh my god,
Very
I want
sweet.
one.
Yeah,
I want one.
Without his
because it's so like
Parkinson's
intense.
Yeah.
The whole movie's really intense. That when you have these kind of like goofy, like
Are
I'm
we
gonna
all-
tie your shoe. What?
Are we all children of divorce? No.
No.
No, Josh is privileged.
Adopted.
Well,
I wish I was. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But
Meg's just like.
mine were divorced
Yeah.
when I was very, very, very young, but I caught the tail end of horrors.
I got it at 14.
And well, my
And-
mother and my
ugh.
stepfather thankfully are divorced, but that situation was more lawyer specific.
Yeah, it gets real intense real quick. And like I think it's one of those movies that I
Yeah.
just connected to it because I was like, oh, I grew up from a
Sure.
broken home, blah blah blah.
I completely understand. And the kid was so little that I was like, same. I
Right.
get it.
It
I
was-
did
it was
enjoy.
nice to see
not that I
them.
enjoyed, but there was like weird relatable. I keep on interrupting you.
Oh no.
But there's weird like relatable bits that I enjoy of like him being transported from one place to
It's
another, which
real.
is so frustrating.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the idea that divorce is complicated. no one really wins. The kid, like, not to put lightly, but the kid is. He is their main focus.
Yes.
I
didn't find it.
And I was like the kid that much.
What? I was going to say I don't understand why people don't like this kid.
Oh,
he
really?
was fine.
Is he can't tie his shoes?
I don't know. It just felt so dumb. Like I was just like, and so
he came from a broken home, but they didn't have time to teach him to tie his shoes.
I don't know. For me personally, I guess I was being a little callous. I'm just like, this is what they're fighting over. No offense.
This boy.
But that's so real,
This
though.
child.
Beautiful
So
apartment
real.
in New York.
Because
Right? I'd be fighting over
that. I would have stayed in the
Keep
marriage.
the kid.
I would have stayed in the marriage just to keep that apartment.
But
I was
he would have been
into
in
it.
your miserable plays back in New York.
Oh, but Adam
Right, his,
Driver
like,
with his
weird, like-
giant hands.
Yes.
His weird like postmodern like play that was supposed to go to Broadway. I'm just like,
and then flopped.
yeah.
Which is funny. Yeah.
I was like I'm okay with the on the nose ending because it is so like
I like the
Is
ending.
the last shot
it's-
where they like close the gate?
No.
Oh.
That's in the middle of the movie.
Oh,
I
is
love
it?
that.
Okay.
I love that scene though.
Yeah.
No, the last scene is she ties the shoe
ties
and
the
he goes
shoe.
away in the car. She's giving him for an extra night.
That's right.
I liked that.
They've made it over the war of divorce.
I want divorced or people going through divorce to watch it just like, hey, don't put your kids through this.
Well, I made
Because like my parents are great now, but in
Hey,
the
don't
middle
have
of it,
kids.
I made my,
oh please,
I made
me.
my mom watch it.
What does she think?
Well, when the first scene with Ray Liotta, she was like, "That's exactly what they're like."
Yes, yes. I was talking to my mom and like my mom and dad, they're divorced, but they have a great friendship now. They're
Yes.
like totally like friendly, no big like it's. I mean, obviously big deal because divorce is a big deal, but. I said it's a good representation of like, yeah, we're not going to be married together, but we're still kind of, for
Sure.
lack of a better
Stuck
term,
together.
you're still stuck together. You're still a part of each other's lives.
Well, especially if you have kids.
You
yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
be kind to each other.
What are the thoughts on the score?
I liked it.
So did I.
I liked it.
I actually can't remember the score.
It's really cloying and loud and sometimes jarring, but I do enjoy it. It's Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be okay if he won.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I'd be
I
okay
also
if he
love
won.
Andre Desplat's score for Little Women as well.
Oh, beautiful.
I would also
So
like, this
pretty.
is such a long shot supporting actress nomination. Oh my god. But I would have loved to nominate Martha Kelly. I'm a big fan of hers. She played the auditor.
Yes, she was so funny.
Which is such a crazy scene.
Yeah.
It's like so awkward. And her asking
I
for
liked it,
water.
though.
Yeah.
It was good.
I am
Very-
not crazy about Marriage Story. I like the movie. It's
Yes.
not my favorite things in the world.
It's
but
one of those things that like I teared up. I felt a lot of emotions, but should it win? No.
It felt
No.
like
I'm not,
It
like,
felt like
yeah.
Squid and the Whale with sugar on it. Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a
Oh,
lot
that's
of sugar.
Yes.
But
Because I love Squid and the Whale.
and that's a really upsetting movie.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
love
it's the
upsetting
Splenda
movies.
version.
Well, and
a little-
Noah Baumbach is either like extremely witty,
Yes.
and farcical, or he's like acidically mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like so upset. Yeah,
Maybe that's why
But I
Margot
prefer
at the Wedding.
aesthetically mean.
Like
Yeah.
like Margot at the Wedding, which is like horrible people
Yeah.
destroying each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's my family. No, I'm just kidding.
But I like
Yeah,
Baumbach, and I
so-
like his stuff a lot. So
yeah. So I mean, I'm okay that it's.
I would rank it
nominated.
in the middle for me.
Sure.
It's
For
middle
the-
for me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
let's
Like maybe,
let's get
five.
Joker out of the way now.
Let's just talk Joker. Okay,
Oh,
so
God. Okay.
how do we feel about Joker?
It
I have no.
has the
I
most
have, literally have
nominations.
No, it does.
Yeah, 11.
11.
See, here's my thoughts on it. I think the whole country, defenders, haters on Jokers. I think all of us, people who like despise it, people who like it, people who love it, we all got duped. We
Yes.
got tricked into this
Yeah.
by thinking, so people who don't like it and skeptical were like, they want it to be a serious movie, and the people who love it, they're like, oh my god, they made a serious comic book movie, and it worked on both ends.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
all
It got
saw
everyone.
it. We all went to it. We all gave it money. People who wanted to hate it, people who wanted to love it, we all saw it, and we got tricked. And then at the end, we just got this movie of nothing. It's like
It's trying to say something, but it doesn't even get out the gate.
it
Like,
wants to say something,
wants to say
but
something.
chooses not to.
And what did you
Yeah.
say? It said, we live in a
We live in a society.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's Joker.
Yeah.
Should Joaquin
But even that's like
win?
a joke. Like we live in a society. But even he'll be like,
Yeah.
people with mental illness are treated badly.
Duh.
No, but why? No,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's it's these
Rich
blanket
people are
statements.
bad.
Right.
Right. Why?
and
The
then
government will stop funding your medicine.
And then the
That's it.
whole first part of the movie is setting up this evil villain.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they don't do that. The movie absolutely does do that. But at the end, it's like, he's our main character, so he has to be a hero?
Right.
Yeah.
So they do this, and you're like, but it completely goes against what the whole movie has been doing. Like, I will say, I do enjoy the crazy Zazie Beetz being like, who are you? In the middle of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Him imagining her as his girlfriend.
House? Yeah.
I was like, absolutely, I was like on board with that. I think that was so interesting, at least.
Say, we've all been there.
I thought that was a good choice for that movie.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, but I don't understand why. And then he gets angry at the end. At things
it's the
that
lead into.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't understand where this anger is coming from.
Yeah, like why was that the drop off?
And then people are like, and then there's a lot of people commenting like, oh, this is what the authors think. And I think, I don't know what the authors wanted at all with this. I think Todd Phillips doesn't know.
Todd Phillips bothers me.
The Academy, not the Academy, but the writers of the movie don't know.
No.
They were like, well, he has to get angry.
Here we go.
And someone was like, why does he get angry? Because he has to be the Joker, and that's just why. So that's what they do.
It's weak.
It's completely
also
coloring booked in.
Yeah, right.
I don't
also,
like it.
I didn't understand. So, what's her name? His mom, the actress. What's her name?
Frances Conroy.
Yeah. She also had a history of mental illness, but she was his adoptive mom.
No.
Oh.
She is his mother.
Oh, she is his mom. Okay.
She had an affair with Bruce Wayne's
dad.
father.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yes.
We've all been there. It's okay.
Okay.
That was one of the few... there was just a lot of things, again, where all the anger and all the rage of this movie...
Right.
Is not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it to be angry over the Joker.
No.
Not going
that's
home
why
with Best
it's insulting.
Picture.
That's why it's insulting, is because people are so upset about it, but it's so boring. That
It is
like,
a bore. It's a long slog to get through.
Yes.
And now we have the hit pieces on Joaquin Phoenix coming out. Not that I'm saying the performance is bad, and not that I think the method acting is bullshit. It is.
Oh, like how he dislocated his leg.
Yeah, but it's just like, don't stop adding to the fire, because there's people going to be like, oh, I love that, and there's going to be people like, oh, I hate that. It just adds to arguing about nothing.
Like, for the most part, I think Joaquin Phoenix is a
very
good
talented
actor.
actor.
Yeah, he's a talented person. Should he win?
No. But it's long. Is it long overdue?
I would say he should have won for You Were Never Really Here last year.
And
but
he should have won for The Master. He
Or
should
The
have won
Master.
for...
The Master was beautiful.
Quill.
But
I'm kidding. Signs.
Walk the line. It's...
He's even fine in Walk the Line,
He's
the
fine.
movie that
Right.
spawned
It
a million
was
spoofs.
Sleepy.
But yeah.
But I don't know why I said sleepy. Like, obviously people listening can't hear that. Or, like, I said sleepy and I wiped away a tear. I'm like, sleepy tear.
We'll upload the YouTube video of this later.
Oh, right? Like, I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix.
There's nothing to talk about.
That's why the Joker, like, let's get him out of the way.
But so the other thing that people got duped is that all these old white...
Yeah.
All these old men at the... And old women as well. There are old white ladies at the Oscars, and they do nominate. Obviously, they also had to have an input with this. I think they all got duped into seeing a comic book movie, and they went, oh, but it's like...
It's not bad.
There's
It's pretty
no
good.
capes, and there's no flying, so they went, Academy Awards.
They went.
Nomination.
Yeah, they did. They did say Helen Mirren, Masterclass.com.
Right.
Nomination. I don't want it to win. I'm just over it.
I don't think it will, but...
I don't think it will either.
Yeah. I'm offended by the idea that something that is so gets so much excitement and so much talk over it. Like, we're talking about it right now, and I'm like, I don't even want
I'm just mad at that people are giving it attention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm like, it would have been fine if it was just like a movie and people were like, oh, I saw that movie.
Right. But yeah,
but people are like acting like it's like
I just
this
have no
crazy great thing.
I have no great feelings
Or
about
a
it.
crazy, terrible thing.
Right.
I'm not offended by it. There's nothing to be offended by it.
Yeah. Which is more insulting than if it was like, if you're gonna be
the movie ended, and I was like,
full throttle.
Well, the movie ended, and like people were worried that it was gonna cause like shootings. And gonna cause mass hysteria, and I saw it. I was like, this would do that? No.
You're like, please, I saw Little Women.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're gonna transition to Little Women.
That's what we call a segue.
Yeah.
Call me Paul Blart because I'm on a segue.
So, Best Picture. Best Actress for Saoirse Ronan, Best Supporting Actress for Florence Pugh, and Best Adapted Screenplay for Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
But she did not get nominated for Best Director.
And Best Score.
And Best Score.
Best Costume Design.
Yes, and all the technical ones. Yeah.
So, she was not nominated for Best Director. Even though, again, it goes back to my idea that she should be, because if you have Best Picture, you should also be nominated.
Well,
I agree with that.
so I tried to make the argument of just like, why is it always limited to 5? Like...
Because that's how many they make, and I don't know.
Well, it's also like for best makeup and hairstyling, that was only 3 for up until this year. And it's just like, why is everything 5, but then that one's just 3? And the Emmys, the Tonys, the Grammys all have expanded their nominee list to like 7 or 8. So I'm just like, why not just make it 7 or 8?
No, I think the biggest upset, and okay, are we pro Little Women or anti Little Women? Or
I'm very pro.
Very pro.
It was my second favorite movie of the year.
It flops between my second and third favorite movie of the year.
Yeah. It's in my top,
Irishman being
top
first,
5.
and I'm very torn because I do love Pain and Glory a lot.
I still haven't seen it. I
know. And I love Almodovar.
It's the only reason why I want Best Picture to go to Parasite, because I would like Pedro Almodovar to win Best Foreign Film.
Pedro is one of my favorite directors.
Same.
So anything he does, I know I love.
Did you see Pain and Glory?
I did not.
Oh,
Therefore, I know I'm going to love it.
It's very.
I even liked Julieta, and that was kind of
I did like Julieta. That was more of a Hitchcock riff. Yeah.
Yes, and it was just, but I still was like, oh, I'm into it.
Yeah.
When it comes to Little Women, I went into it thinking, oh my god, this is going to change my life, and guess what?
Well, are all three of us connected to the '90s one?
Yes,
well, I am.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I grew up on. So growing up, I was like, okay, so
I went to a camp where they would show the only movies that they would show on the TV were that, Little Princess, and Secret Garden.
Okay, did 20th Century Fox sponsor them? Like what the
right?
Hey, like there was some sort of like
pieces. Why are they all featured a sickly child?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
It's a very
It was a summer camp for.
No, I was only.
I was going to say, was it theater?
Yeah. No, it was summer camp.
The only version I've ever seen was the 1949 version,
which I do like that one quite a bit.
And I haven't seen that one, so they're
all worthy. I think all versions of Little Women are worthy of a watch.
Yeah.
And I actually had a conversation with someone who had come into the bar, and they were saying, oh, well, I'm not going to watch Little Women because I've already seen the 1994 one. And I was like, here's the thing. Sure. It's different. It feels fresh. And, like, I went into it thinking it's going to be the best movie of all time because everyone loved it so much. And I didn't think it was the best movie, but do I think it deserves accolades for what it has done?
Yeah.
Yes, it was great.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. I liked it better than Lady Bird.
Well, in this one...
Yeah, me too, actually.
I will say that themes running throughout is women taking control over their destiny. And that's what I appreciated about Greta's take on this was... It's a
especially for the character of Amy.
But the better ending, I'll say this about the ending of this current version of Little Women. I like that it's split.
I did too.
I get both, and I'm a fan of the novel, and I'm a fan of that story. So I like that I have that, and then I have the Louisa May Alcott.
Yes.
I wouldn't call it a radical ending because it does come from a truthful place.
Sure.
Of what she did have to do.
Yes.
Which again, Louisa May Alcott, if you read her other books, she never really writes about more than one woman. I don't think she enjoyed writing about that domesticity that much. But I enjoy seeing that little bit with what I guess is supposed to be her.
It felt fresh. It felt like if
it does, and I liked the collapsing.
I liked it.
Also with the Irishman and with Pain and Glory, it's about the collapsing of time or the length of time.
Yes, you finally catch up to what you've been watching.
Yeah, I like it. I enjoy the memories feel out of order and they feel.
It was a nice puzzling of all the other versions that I've seen just put back together.
That's
in Greta Gerwig's version.
I think this is a very
and it's edited deliberately like
this
that.
This is a very I don't want to say radical take, but I really love it. It stands on its own.
Yes,
but I think like the '94, I still think if someone's gonna see Little Women for the first time, I might show them that one just because it's the most complete.
I will agree with that one. Yeah.
But I would also say Greta Gerwig's is very incredible.
Yes. Great script. I like that she...
I thought it felt more Greta than Lady Bird.
She grabbed a lot of things from the book and just dropped it into the script, but then
straight up,
did her own thing with it, and I thought that was good.
And it's a testament to the novel as well that you can have all these many versions and...
all these fresh adaptations.
Yes, and have people give it fresh takes. I watched the 94 recently before I saw this one again. And on TCM Christmas time they'll always show the Katharine Hepburn and the Gina Allison version.
Yeah.
They all feel different and people react to them differently. And it's the second one directed by a woman. The other two obviously George Cukor and Mervyn LeRoy.
Because I've only seen the Juge Cukor version.
49 is Mervyn LeRoy.
Oh, Mervyn LeRoy, yeah.
It's the Cava.
And I recommend all of them. The Katharine Hepburn is not my favorite, but
that's the only one I haven't seen.
It's good. She's a good Joe.
She's Joe.
The rest of them are it's the only one that gets the poverty right. The houses and the dresses always get nicer every time.
I was gonna say, like, for like a very poor stricken family, the 2019 house, I'm just like, they're okay.
Although that is the house that looks the most like apparently what the house she grew up in looked like.
Really?
Okay. On the outside, but
okay.
I mean, they were poor.
They were very poor.
All right, so Florence Pugh, what do you think about her adaptation as...
I think she's a great Amy.
Yeah.
I think that movie sort of justifies Amy's actions.
Because you always hate Amy.
She's sometimes,
I don't like Amy, but I like Amy with Florence.
But it fixed the Amy problem that the Amy version in '94 had, which is that you get so used to not Florence, but you get so used to Kirsten Dunst. Samantha Mathis shows up, you're like, who is this?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true.
You almost feel betrayed that she's there. I love this performance.
Me too. I'm very happy.
Also, I feel like a lot of people go to see Little Women and go, I relate to Joe so much. And I think with this one, you got to see all shades of all the Marx sisters and go, oh my God, maybe I'm not a Joe.
I'm not a Joe.
Which is what happened to me. I was like, oh God, I'm an Amy.
Did you take that BuzzFeed quiz?
I did.
Yeah, who were you? I was Joe and Amy. I took a thing where it was both.
I was Amy and I was Marmee and Beth in the double one.
Okay. I was Meg.
Hey.
A double Meg.
Yeah, I was Meg.
A double Meg. I am definitely an Amy
like an
son.
Amy son, Joe Rising? Or Joe
Marmee
Moon?
Rising
Marmee
and
Rising.
Joe Moon.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like that. Yeah. We have to talk, if we're going to talk Little Women, we have to talk about Timothy's.
And Louis
Jawline.
Louis Gael.
How about no butt?
He does not have a boob.
He does not have a butt. Those pants weren't doing anything.
Timothy looks like the type of boy, if I was in high school with him, who'd be mean to me.
He looks like the kind of boy that I would have a crush on.
I feel like you would totally push him once and he would cry.
Me?
No. Yeah, well, like anyone in general.
And then Robert De Niro would curb stomp you.
I was very hostile in high school.
Right?
I had a very,
Why?
exterior.
Put him on.
I think because I didn't have a lot of friends, and then when I wanted to make friends, I was just so angry that I didn't have friends, and so I was
So you just threw hands.
Yeah. I never got into fights.
I thought he was so dream, and I like that.
And then I also used to think that being mean was being funny, but...
Oh, it is. Don't
Sure.
worry.
Yeah, I feel like that's something I've gone through too. So maybe
being
it's a
mean
gay
is being
thing.
funny.
Sure, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Well, I think amongst fellow gays, we're we get we'll be catty and funny, and we're not super offended by it. But
we're also very sensitive.
I am.
I'm not. I'm a stone cold biatch.
I am.
Just kidding.
This is what
I cry all the time.
Little Women started and I started crying.
Yeah.
I went with my mom and my sister and my grandmother.
I actually did not
It was
cry.
they did love it.
They loved it.
I was very happy that my sister liked it. She's
of an age.
She's of an age. She's 15, and she is not very expressive in the face. So it's difficult to know.
But she liked it.
She did really like it. Of all the Christmas releases that we've seen, because we always go see a movie on Christmas Day, it was her third favorite so far of the last couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Phantom Thread was her favorite, and then she really did love If Beale Street Could Talk. So
that was
both great movies.
Yes.
I would totally be fine with that.
I'm
being
alright
third.
with those two.
I'm just imagining her watching Little Women. She's just like.
She just side smile.
sort of, and at the end she's like, I loved it. And she had just stone face, and then be like, it was great.
Yeah.
There was something.
Although I did see her gobbing up a handful of tears at one point.
Or I thought that was popcorn in her hand.
Yeah, well, she was swiping away a big napkin full of tears, and I touched her shoulder. She's like, "Get away from me!"
She's like, "Don't touch me in this time of need."
During Beth's final moments, those two moments I love, where Beth is sick the first time.
Yeah.
And then she comes down the stairs and she's fine. And then again,
the second time,
and she's
not there.
not fine. No. So where does it rank in their 9?
Oh.
After Irishman, I'm assuming.
As favorites?
Sure.
Well, in terms of
or what do you think should win? We're all about winning here.
Yeah.
We're very
What
competitive.
I think should win is Parasite.
Yes. Should we just skip to Parasite?
Let's go to Parasite.
What else are we missing?
We have a few.
Are there
more.
lessers? Let's talk about lessers.
Let's do lessers and we'll end on a high note.
Such a crown jewel.
So we did Marriage Story. We did 1917. Here's
It's fine.
1917.
And we're done.
I was gonna say that I'm okay if 1917 won. I won't be offended.
I would like to make a case. We just talked about Timothée Chalamet and No Butt, and I would like to make a case.
I want to talk about that.
What
You're
is
the queer.
What
We
is
talk
this
about
boy's
his
name? Dean Charles Chapman.
The guy from 1917.
Not the lead. Oh. Even though a friend was like, who you know the guy who's the lead in 1917? Have you seen
Yes.
it? Have you
Yes.
seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, not a bad movie. I think
Not a bad movie.
fine.
That's why I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I completely
with
understand. I described it to a friend today as best of war movies.
Yeah.
It takes out all the story, just all the all big.
It's like a
set pieces.
compilation.
Yes,
film,
it's like a.
It's a war film
YouTube
with
clip
love.
show.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm okay with it. It looks pretty.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
And has a weird. The score of that movie is so odd. Like sometimes like tonally different from what's happening on screen.
That's what I.
But at one
loved
point
about
it matches up. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Which is the scene with the town on fire. Which
Yeah,
my
My
like,
favorite,
oh
the most beautiful
The first half of
thing.
second.
That is
And then we shot during the
insane to
day.
me.
It was day for night, which is so
was?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because up until that point, it was like a horror film. Like
Yes.
it had like.
But I love that whole
World
scene,
War
and
One.
I even though I should hate the whole scene with like the woman with the baby, but I was like, I like it.
You liked it. It was.
Yeah.
I think it needed to be in there because I'm like,
It's funny because it just pulled from like.
And then I did cry because I like high strings, and that's part of the score is very stringy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did cry when the other boy, I think his name is Dean Charles Chapman. I would have to look it up.
Is he the one
brother?
that died?
The one who dies, even though
Spoiler.
my friend
See,
who
I
I
thought
saw
he was cute.
very
cute. Gay.
packed up
homo?
back ways, like.
Oh, he got a
Giving me
booty.
so much ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I'm not an ass
literally,
person, yeah.
they're like, "Oh no, it's World War I. We have nothing to eat," and I'm like,
Yes,
"That
and
ass."
crouching down, I was like, my goodness.
It
Yes,
looks
you
like-
do.
There was plenty. Okay,
He
very
got
much-
cake in that.
Yes,
those pants.
Caked up, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
There was. Have you seen Wings, the silent movie, like the first
No.
Academy Award winning
But
Best Picture?
where
There's a very famous kiss in that
where
movie
he
between
dies.
two men. Yes.
Yeah, and we talked about that one.
Yes, we did.
Yes, in our
Very-
media episode of Pride.
Oh my god.
very like.
Why? Why did we talk about that?
Because there's a
It's
gay
very
kiss
beautiful.
At the end.
Oh, there's a
yeah.
gay kiss.
Yes.
It's not.
Sorry,
it's not
I was-
actually gay, but he kisses his friend goodbye because
But
he
it's
died.
it's incredibly
oh.
homoerotic tinge because it has no. Movies from back then just have no context of
like,
what
gay!
heterosexuality
Like, yeah.
really is.
Did the other guy kiss him goodbye? I can't remember. Am I making that up in my head?
In this
1917,
movie?
yeah.
No, it's what I was hoping for.
But he was holding him, and it still was
in the
so...
scene where he dies, it's so it does come out of nowhere. Even though like I was hoping that he was gonna make it, but it is very heartbreaking. It's very well acted in a movie
Yes,
that
it
doesn't
is.
have a
Yes,
lot of
it
them,
is.
a lot of acting moments for them to do.
Big,
because they're
yeah, it's
walking.
a little bit of a video game.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
There was a
Call
lot
of
of
Duty.
homoerotic moments. Like when,
Yes, well,
when he was in the
a
church.
big ass.
Yeah.
Big booty.
I'm sorry, I keep on talking. I was like, my
Well,
mouth was
also
open.
like when the
yeah.
second guy is in the church and it's on fire.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden like this little German twink like comes out of nowhere.
Oh, and they have the big fight on the ground.
And they have like
it's
this
all
fight
in
on the
dark.
ground, but then he also
Oh.
like holds his mouth and it's
Yes.
just like, and like they're about
We've
to kiss
been
him. It's
there.
like,
War
I've
is
been there.
gay. No, war is gay.
War is
It
very
is.
gay.
decided.
Well,
Yeah.
because it's a bunch it's a bunch of men who can't get over themselves, so they decide they have to fight. It's like, no, just hug it out. Just kiss.
Yeah.
It's gay. Yeah.
Just kiss.
It was actually gay. We'd
But
be
yes,
like
that
voguing
moment
and
where
beating
he's
each other.
dying, which I thought was beautiful and very well acted on that
Face
guy's,
white.
on that guy's part. You or him?
Him.
Yes,
I was so
he
surprised.
died
I was
so
like,
well.
he died so well. I was like, oh,
I was shocked, but I was like, God, there's room for them to really like make out. That's what I was kind of.
Just
he,
one
I was
kiss.
like, put his hand on it.
I
was
want them
very
to kiss. I'll
tender.
raise my arms in the middle of the movie and smash my hands
Yeah.
together.
Kiss.
So people in the back can see.
I was like, okay, 1917, one of those movies that I'm not a war film person. I don't really like it. War, that is.
Yes. And there was so much like sitting in grass next to each other. I was like,
Very
oh, they're in
sweet
love in my head.
Oh yeah.
But I'd be okay if it won because I think that's how voters vote.
It could win if, because again, they rank
Yes.
these things, which is so foolish. They rank them, which is how things like Spotlight win Best Picture because
Did you not like Spotlight?
It's fine. No,
It's fine. Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
Well, because
so that's how it could get it.
Did Spotlight win Producers Guild?
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, okay. Because
Which is a good prognosticator. Probably
Right.
the best than the Golden Globes recently. Yeah.
yeah, well, because 1917 won Best Drama.
Yes.
At the Golden Globes, and also won the Producers
Which
Guild
is how
Award.
I finally was like caved and saw 1917 the day after
really?
the Golden
And-
Globes. So I was like, I
and it's
guess
fine.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
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 And I did. It was packed because obviously
Yeah.
everybody just.
Well, I
everyone
think
just
that's
watched
I
it.
was like everyone was
But
like,
I had been in
what
the
is this
theater
movie?
since Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I watched it, I sat by myself in the very back of the theater. I walked in not late, but the credits had just started up because I had to stop and get
The end credits.
and I was like, great movie. And I walked up and I had gotten a sub and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to quietly open my sub. And I was like, I'm being the loudest person because the opening parts are kind of quieter, you know?
Are you talking about opening your sandwich?
Yes, I'm opening my sub. And
where'd you get a Subway sandwich? You got a Subway?
No, I went to. Are you ready?
Don't say Jimmy John's.
No,
Really?
worse. Ready?
Oh God.
I went to the Walmart.
Oh.
I got a Walmart sub, but let me tell you, it's not bad. For $5, it's like the size of my forearm.
It's
like,
probably better than Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's leaves me wanting more. Like most of the men I date.
Yeah.
But
Ultimate Poacher?
yes, he kills animals for the meat of Jimmy John's. That's what I've read on.
What?
That's what I read on BuzzFeed.
On Tumblr, yeah.
The first explosion when they're like, "Oh no, the rat!" and it just explodes.
I screamed.
I screamed. There was turkey meat and cheddar cheese that came out of my mouth that I went, "Whoa!" because I was shocked. The guys in front of me turned around and looked at me, and I was just like this.
I was scared.
It was
scared.
It was scary, but then he saves him. But then once he saved him, I was like, "Oh, then that fucker's gonna die." Yeah. Because you can't have them both make it. What did you think about the singing? The one time when the guys...
That is a best of war movie moment. I was like, oh my God,
Wait,
yes, I want this.
That
guy said the English time where he was like, oi, me, English nose.
Yeah. And
you know what it threw me back to, though? Brooklyn.
Because it's that. It's exactly that moment.
It is, yeah.
That, and it made me reminded me of Roma.
Yeah.
When the hill was on fire.
Oh, yeah.
These like spectacular cinnamon moments. Cinnamon
moments.
These cinnamon moments.
These movies are brought to you by Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Cinnabon.
Pillsbury.
Hoo-hoo! which is actually the sound I made when there was an explosion. Hoo-hoo!
I just yelled.
I screamed and I had to cover my mouth because food came out of it.
Open screamer. At the movies.
Yeah, so 1917.
And in bed.
I guess we did have to talk more about it than we realized.
Do
you think Sam Mendes is going to take a best director, maybe?
I'm actually kind of hoping
he's
that
okay?
it will be Bong Joon-ho.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Good transition into...
But only because
he...
I feel like with the campaign trail that they've had, I feel like he's had a stronger case, but that's just
Bong Joon-ho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into Parasite.
I'll bring his phone and just be like, look, like we did
His translator will speak for him.
Well, also
a superstar.
Well, I will admit.
I love her.
Yes. Oh, like his translator.
Yes. I love her.
I will admit, when we watched the SAGs and Parasite won Best Cast, and
I love them all.
Yeah, I cried.
I'm happy that they got it.
They're beautiful. I love them.
So we're going to talk about Parasite because I think we got through all the best films. We've talked about the actors and the actresses, screenplays, directors. We're going to end on a high note.
I will say Parasite. I think Greta might walk away with.
I think she will too. As like
not consolation.
My dream is Steve Zalian. It is the Irishman. It's the most thorough screenplay. It's a beautiful screenplay.
I was gonna say because I don't know if Little Women would definitely be the best screenplay.
It lands the thesis. I think it's well written, but I think
it is too.
It lands. But I do think Steve Zalian sticks the landing on the Irishman. No,
it's gonna be Greta.
I would be happy with Greta because I think it's deserved for what she did with the original text and to make it her own and make it fresh and make it. I said after...
Who else is going to win that award? Who else is nominated for screenplay?
After
Ryan Johnson? Hell no.
No.
For that.
After watching...
JoJo?
No. You can tell, like, when women direct women, there's a sense of, like, care that's been taken.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, it feels like, oh, I'm going to make sure that these characters are not going to be...
Sure. I'm not of the people that say that, like, women direct different than...
No, but I think that, like,
there was a whole, like, Twitter thing that someone was all like...
On the
women direct the movies from inside out, so people don't know how men don't know how to, like, award female directors, which I think is just bullshit. People like, they awarded Catherine Bigelow the award because she made a war movie. It's like, that's not it.
It was a well-made movie.
And I think, I just think...
But it felt like...
There was a sexist bias with Greta Gerwig not being nominated.
Yes, I do.
But I don't think that there's a difference between a female and a male.
But maybe it's just how Greta directs, because I also felt this way about Lady Bird, that the characters are taken care of.
I think she's a stronger director than actress.
Yes, I agree with that too.
Yes.
She's kind of like do for acting.
I love her in both positions. If I never see her on screen again, I will die.
Really?
I love her.
What if she... I mean, I love her too, but I like her. I think she has a strong point of view.
I want to see her act a few more times. Not that I want her to quit directing.
Oh, no,
I was going to say, hot
she could
take
do
if it was
both.
more like Mistress America than Frances Ha.
She's
Sure.
so funny.
Did you not like Frances and Frances
You
Ha?
love the Arthur remake. Say it.
Yes, I did.
She's good at it.
She is.
She's good. She's... I
To
like
answer
her.
your question, I didn't understand the appeal of Frances Ha, I guess. But that was just more the sense of, like, I didn't
Me
know.
I
and
feel like-
Lady Bird. That's me and Lady Bird. I like Lady Bird, but I
Yeah.
have sort of been there with that movie.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair.
Actually, before we end on a high note of Parasite, I'm going to switch it up real quick here. We're going to talk about the people who have been snubbed this year.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
why
quick.
not?
So, we have a
Bring
few
up your
people.
first.
Taron Egerton. We'll just get him out of the
What?
way here.
You didn't like him in Rocket
I don't
Man?
think he was snubbed.
He's
Oh, you don't
fine.
think he was snubbed?
I don't think he was snubbed.
He was glad handing the entire town for that.
Oh my god, yeah, he was like sucking so much dick for that. That's why
Where
he
are
won the Golden
Where are
Globe.
they? Where?
I was going to say, hello, those thighs. Honestly,
where?
I want Taron Egerton's thighs to win an award.
Yes.
I wanted more of Taron
I want his
Egerton's
hairline
thighs.
to win an award.
I like in pretending that Taron Egerton is a top. That's why I enjoyed Rocket
No,
Man.
isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It's like,
You think he's a bottom?
He was so stumpy. Not that stumpy
I
was
love
an issue, but he's
stumpy boys.
looking.
He's so stumpy.
Compared to Richard Madden,
Oh,
who I believe is gay. In my
He's
mind,
queer.
he plays it too well.
He's bisexual, I think.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't want to comment on anyone's sexuality when we don't know, but I'm going to comment. He was seen
about
about
Brandon Flynn?
right.
What he was bringing up.
He was seen about town with a male gentleman.
Sort of half, like a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Were they roommates?
That's what they said.
Yeah,
And they were roommates.
And they were
they were
roommates.
roommates. Yeah, Taron Egerton. So you didn't want him nominated.
I don't think he deserved a nomination.
So why is he a
Good
snub?
job.
I thought he did
No,
a good
because
job.
people
or-
have included him on the list.
I'm glad they
I
brought
understand.
Antonio Banderas in. It's an amazing performance, and you both should
I'd
see that movie.
rather.
I'm very happy that Antonio Banderas got nominated, only because I love him, and
There's like 5 performances in that movie that I would totally nominate from Pain and Glory, including Penelope Cruz.
I love Penelope
Yeah.
Cruz. Literally everything she does.
She's in like 4 scenes, and I'm like,
I
you're
love her.
amazing.
She's such a. But I think people are nervous with her because they're like, she's so. People are like, she's so gorgeous. It's like, no, she'll do crazy.
Yeah.
She does crazy really
she
well.
doesn't
She'll
do
do
that
intri-
in this movie, but
yeah. She's a great actress.
Eddie Murphy. Dolomite is my name.
Oh, I didn't watch
He's
that.
very good in that movie.
I used to say he is very, very good in that movie.
He's almost incredible on Dolomite is my name.
Yes.
There was some sort of, again, it could be a race issue here, which I don't know, but there was also people like, oh, he was...
People try to argue that he's like playing himself.
No, I didn't hear that. I was heard that he was glad handing too much as well, but which also happened with Taron Egerton, so I can also
Is it because he
understand.
hosted SNL?
Yeah.
What?
But other things.
He
He also
hosted
was
SNL for the first time.
Netflix really was pushing Dolomite for a long time, too.
That's true.
Which also I couldn't see. I didn't get to see it on
And it's
theater.
Dolomite is my name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it, see,
Well, I mean-
I saw Dolomite. Call me by that name.
It's a very okay movie.
Okay.
It's somewhat boring.
It's not the greatest.
But he does a
film.
good job in it?
Yes,
he's
but
fantastic.
Wesley Snipes is very good in it, too.
Yes. He's a director, right?
Yes, Divine Joy Randolph, amazing.
Beautiful, yes.
I like it. It's fun, and I think it
But
opens
just
up.
think
I
it, you
have
know.
another movie about movies, which is why I thought I would see a lot more Dolomite elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it very much is a Hollywood
And I think
movie.
it opens up a whole world to young people that they
Okay.
don't know about.
Yes.
About Dolomite.
And about blaxploitation as well.
Yes, that's true too.
So, an important film that people should be seeing.
Yes.
Sure, go ahead. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, go watch it.
It's on Netflix, and
It's a lot of fun.
And it's
Okay,
a short
cool.
movie, and
Yeah.
it's fun.
I love
sometimes
short
fun.
and fun.
Yeah.
That's my type of guys,
Short.
too. Short and fun and stuff.
Let's see who else. Aquafina and
Oh.
Shao Suzhen.
Okay.
And the
Sounds like
Farewell.
And the farewell.
Yeah.
And
Lulu
Wang.
Wong.
I think it's Wong.
Wong. Yeah.
Why am I at
But
Yeah, I don't know.
honestly, The Farewell not being nominated for anything.
It's a little crazy.
It kind of breaks my heart.
That's cuckoo
It was
sauce.
one
Yeah.
of my favorite movies this past year. I really enjoyed it.
I think 824 had a lot to push.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they were
it did
pushing,
have a lot
they were
to push.
pushing a lot.
And look where it came up.
No, with nothing.
No.
Well,
Nothing.
Aquafina was
Lighthouse.
also campaigning a lot too.
Yes.
I would have liked to see her nominated.
Yeah.
Again, I would.
I'm surprised she wasn't
The
because
best
she-
actress
no.
category I find to be embarrassing. I would completely dismantle it.
Because
Yeah.
we have ScarJo, we have Charlize, we,
We also
have...
have
Cynthia
Cynthia
Erivo.
Erivo.
Did you see Harriet?
I did.
You did. I did not see Harriet.
Not bad. It's a little bit like if they took the reenactments of a History Channel documentary of Harriet
That's-
Tubman
yeah.
out of it.
I think people were nervous about the first mainstream Harriet Tubman film.
It's
and they're
not nothing to worry about.
But it's like, well, slavery. They're like, if we go hardcore on the slavery,
it's made by a black woman and it's made from an honest place. But it's also, it's not 12 years a slave. It's not, I'm not sitting there like.
I also heard it's like not very jarring. I heard it's like almost like paint by the numbers. It's just like this is what happened.
That is what it is. Yeah.
See,
although there is an interesting aspect to it that I wish they played up more.
Oh.
Which is that Harriet is like having these spiritual...
She's hearing things from God, right?
Seeing, of like her future. And I enjoy that aspect. They don't play on it too much. So sometimes it plays like...
Full circle to That's So Raven.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. So Awkwafina, I definitely think she should have been nominated for Best Actress.
I also think Zhao Shuzhen should have
I think she should have been nominated for Best Supporting. Lulu for Best Director.
Yes, and Best Picture,
Best Foreign Language Film.
Yes, I would have knocked out.
It actually would have been nominated for that because it's now Best International Film, and it was made.
But it was nominated.
Well, that's the Golden Globes.
Those are different rules.
They have different rules at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
I think also it's because it is American produced, so it can't be Best International Film at the Oscars. And if it was an international movie, there's too much English in it for it to be nominated.
Yeah. Because it has to be like what 80%.
It has to be 80% foreign.
Yeah. Cut to this giant eye roll.
Which is what happens with we were talking about because you saw the Bands was it? Was in town.
Yes.
The movie was not nominated because famously the Bands is mostly in English.
Too much. These rules are stupid.
Yeah.
These rules are dumb.
But I would have loved to see Awkwafina there. I would have loved to dismantle the Best Actress category. I guess keep Renee Zellweger. I think that the performance again is embarrassing. The movie's
she's gonna win that.
But like I don't understand.
It's so upsetting to me that
because
it's so bad.
It's easy for people. They're like, oh Judy and oh Renee. Okay, good.
But I also don't understand this weird like comeback trail that has been happening because it's like Renee won an Oscar before.
Exactly, and I didn't think she was like gone necessarily.
No.
I just thought like she was.
She's just done the Bridget Jones's has a baby again.
Right, like her Golden Globe speech, she literally says, "It's nice to be back." It's just like, well, no one told you to go away.
You're a new face.
Right, exactly. No one told you to go away. Okay, so J-Lo, we touched on her.
J-Lo.
At least we did because the Oscars did not.
Right. It was crazy that she wasn't nominated.
Yeah.
She was the front runner, but I guess the speech, I think that's Lord. I think that speech that you love so much from Marriage Story.
That's what got him.
Undid a lot of
people. I agree. Because
when I saw Marriage Story, I was like, oh shit. It was one of those like I hate being in on awards, and I do enjoy.
That's why you're here is because you're in on it.
But I enjoy the race parts, but I hate the idea that they're so important, and I don't like that they're so important, but they are.
That's the realist in you.
Yeah.
But because people most people just like because sometimes they vilify your tastes and they validate those movies that you enjoy. So I don't really like that so much because there are movies that I really loved and they're nowhere to be seen. Where is the Souvenir? Where is the Farewell?
Where's the Lighthouse?
Sure.
Oh, I loved the Lighthouse. It was in my top 3 this year.
Where is I love Pain and Glory. Where's Transit? Where is
Did Portrait of a Lady on Fire?
I don't even know what the foreign categories are.
I don't think that got that.
I don't think it's released.
It was just Pain and Glory.
I saw
Parasite.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire, but
did you love it?
Sif.
It was good?
I did like it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I heard it was good.
All right.
So J-Lo?
If J-Lo was snubbed, I can't believe that. People were like mad at Kathy Bates for no reason. She's very good. She's very good in Richard Jewell, which is a very good movie. But moving on.
Again, I was gonna say I would get rid of Scarlett Johansson. So
I would get rid of fucking Margot Robbie. I'd get rid of Charlize.
Margot is weird to me to be in the Best Supporting category for that part.
Really?
Really?
Because she is the best part of Bombshell. That's
but
true.
But Charlize, I get it because you're playing Megyn Kelly.
I mean, she was the lead. Nicole Kidman is also not the lead in Bombshell.
No,
also
that wig is.
Bombshell.
They casted her because she's Nicole Kidman.
And the wig is at the beginning is so big that her prosthetic chin is like so upsetting. And then later when she is like on a treadmill and all sweaty, I was like, oh, the chin looks fine now.
Right. No, I was gonna say there was like a major like Act 1 and Act 2 for that character.
And if you were gonna nominate anybody from the movie, it would be Margot Robbie and John Lithgow.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he was good.
It was great.
And gross
he's so creepy. No, he's a great villain.
Oh, what would you do for Fox News?
Do a spin for me.
Yeah, that was like so ugly. I hate that it was a movie.
Stop imitating me.
I hate that everybody was in there. I hate that Richard Kind was in it, even though I was so excited that he was in it. And then Holland Taylor, Allison Janney doing that crazy accent.
Also, what's his face? Who played Megyn Kelly's husband? He's like the actor from Creep. Did you ever see that?
Mark Duplass.
Yes.
Oh,
I was just like, why?
As
and like you're
Mr.
ripped.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Why you're ripped?
And you're ripped? Like, no, you can't have that. Anyway.
I watched my horrible YouTube recommendations. There was a Megyn Kelly her YouTube channel because she's like unemployed.
Yeah.
She's
taking a creative leave of abstinence. Yeah.
Right.
She said that blackface was okay.
Yeah.
Which it is not okay, listeners.
Unemployed.
She's an unemployed hack.
On her YouTube channel, there's like her and some other women from Fox talking, who are also, some of them are.
Is it the 30-minute video of
yes,
her reaction?
Yes, I watched all of it. Like an idiot.
I'm waiting for myself for it.
She's, okay.
Waiting for myself.
I'm waiting
till marriage to watch it.
Yes, exactly.
Megyn Kelly is one of those people that, what's complicated, she's an idiot,
yeah.
She's evil,
Which is my
credited.
biggest issue with Bombshell.
Yeah, right.
I think it's a horrible thing that happened to those people in that building.
Yes.
I don't care about Megyn Kelly.
Because she's still evil.
I don't care about Gretchen Carlson.
And I think that's what's the hardest thing that
I
Bombshell
don't care
couldn't
about
do.
Kate McKinnon, a lesbian that works at Fox, who even says in the movie, "I'm a lesbian that works at Fox."
Yes.
Go ahead, speak, Kyle.
But no. I was just gonna say that it's like that's the thing that it did not achieve, and why it's not getting more accolades beyond maybe acting is because no one's likable.
Right.
They're not like they're good. Are they good acting?
Why didn't they touch on the fact that Megyn Kelly's a fucking moron who also is getting sexually assaulted?
Or maybe
who claims to be anti-feminist.
But like maybe
did he just accuse me of anger menstruating?
I also, do you remember when that was like a real thing?
Yes.
Like when that actually happened, I was just like, am I actually feeling bad for Megyn Kelly? Mm-hmm. And I did, because that's a fucked up thing to do. But that's Mr. T-Rump. But
that movie will happen soon.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right. I hope it's from Melania's point of view, and it's just all gibberish. Just like, and
it's all Lisa Frank stickers.
Oh my god, it's Lisa Frank stickers and like legs. That's all I want in the Melania Trump story.
It's Muppets. Trump. Directed by Brian Henson.
All right.
Oh my god.
What other snubs?
One last snub that I can think of that was included on the list, which I actually, and this is coming from me of all people, I don't think it was that big of a loss here when Beyonce was snubbed for Spirit.
Okay.
Can you sing it to him?
I could. Spirit!
Well, it's also the fact that I think a lot.
It sounds the same.
Basically, she's just like, Spirit coming through. Yeah. I'm a lion, but how about you?
Diane Warren was nominated instead, and also was Randy Newman for Toy Story 4. I don't know what Diane...
Newman's just not
you got another friend in me.
About not killing yourself.
Which is a great threesome song.
You got another friend in me. That just sounds like the gay community.
It's a song about sandwiching.
Yeah, it's, sandwiches. But to bounce off of Beyonce, because Beyonce, I will say that, like, it's been... We're like, the Oscar nomination for Best DP Scene goes to Beyonce. Like, I felt kind of shit. Like, I'm like, poor Beyonce. Because when I saw The Lion King, best...
When the Oscars
aren't
able to include Blake Mitchell, I just can't support them right now until they do so.
I'm not like upset that she's not nominated, but I'm kind of like, okay, well, it's Beyonce. Like, give her the nomination. Nomination.
I guess.
Outside of that too.
Best song is it's gonna go to Elton John. We're done. It's already done. Wrapped it up.
I was gonna say the only argument I would say is let's include Beyonce is the fact that the Oscars tend to get so boring and you need some entertainment.
The songs,
right? So you might as well just put her on stage.
So is Adele Dazeem, Idina Menzel going to be performing?
God. Was that song nominated?
No, it was not. Thank God.
Wait, that was not nominated?
Into the Unknown.
No.
Well, I literally put my hand on Josh's shoulder and he went.
Oh wait, maybe it was.
I thought it was.
No, it was. Frozen 2 was not nominated for
Yes,
Best
that is what I'm going to say. Frozen 2 was not nominated.
Adina's going to get up there. I'm very worried. You know, those high notes are very hard for her.
Well, I was going to say, when she sang... You got mad at me for this. When she sang Let It Go at the Oscars, and I said it was fucking awful, you're like, she made her best!
I will say, I'm an apologist, and I did say...
It's bad.
That
it's terrible.
And the song is bad.
I was like, I was like, she couldn't sing Let It Go because he mispronounced her name.
No, that's not why.
See, I'm an apologist. But I realize I know what I'm doing. I know I'm the evil one.
The wizard!
We all sang sort of the same note.
All right. So, any more subs you can think of before we get back to Parasite?
Snubs? Paul Walter Hauser from Richard Jewell.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Richard Jewell apologist, apparently.
See, and that's okay. Richard Jewell and Idina Menzel.
Yeah.
Together.
For Uncut Gems.
For Uncut Gems. Oh!
I'm a slut for Clint Eastwood movies. I can't help it.
What about...
Did you watch The Mule?
Fags for Eastwood, yeah.
Fags
for Eastwood?
That's like the log cabin
I love the
Republicans.
Okay, but I'm not. But like,
I know, but like if it was... Plus, he's like Republican light. Like to me, he's a libertarian. Yeah, he's a libertarian.
No, he is.
Which is like, okay.
If you see his movies, you're like, oh, you like just don't
he's
like
anti-government.
anybody.
Yeah, no, and I get that. Yeah, somehow I'm like.
But he loves a movie about people who get railroaded.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Richard Jewell.
Yes.
Remember Changeling?
Oh,
She gets railroaded. Big
That's
time.
true. What was that movie that like he did like the Paris reenactment and like he had
1517 in Paris, not very good. Good idea. I understand what he wanted to do there.
Didn't he have the actual people?
He did have the actual people, and
I
then he
don't
got
remember
mad. He
that.
almost didn't make it because he wanted to have the terrorist released from
For the
jail
movie?
to be in the movie.
Clint
And they were like,
Eastwood.
and people were like, I don't think that's a good idea for the men. I don't think that's a good idea. And the people were like, I don't think that's a good idea in general. He was like,
Right.
I think it's a good idea.
And then he grabbed a gun and it's like, get off my lawn.
Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Good movie. Okay. Clint Eastwood apologist.
Yeah, I was just like, okay.
I watched
Can't
it
help it, I love
because I watched it because Detroit.
I didn't love
Sure,
1517 in
but-
Paris was horrible.
Didn't see it because I'm not an international kind of queen.
That's okay.
American Sniper?
Not particularly. I don't think
Okay.
that movie was very good.
I wish
Okay.
it shot me.
And I wish, I think
I mean, you would say Thick Bradley
it got
Cooper,
the
though.
wrong idea.
Thick bee coops.
Yeah.
is a topic that we will talk about another time. But
okay.
We'll come back around.
I think it
to
was.
this,
I
thick
think it
bee
was
coops.
conflicting ideas. If you watch that movie, I don't think Clint Eastwood very much likes that person, but I think the movie likes that person. If that makes sense.
And the
Yeah,
people
it does.
seeing that movie like that
Yes,
person.
they do.
Yeah.
Okay, Parasite. Our last Best Picture nominee,
Parasite.
My Baby.
I love Parasite.
I
I
did
loved
too.
it. Should it win Best Picture?
I've seen it twice.
It
Yes.
should win Best Picture.
I need to
Will
see
it win
again.
Best Picture?
It's,
There,
Yeah, I
it's a
know.
dark
difficult
horse.
when it is split, and it will win either one of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's no way it's not winning either one.
right. And I do think that
It might
winning,
go Roma,
yeah,
Yeah.
because Roma was the front runner for a lot of.
but it won
But
best.
it won Best
Inter-
Foreign and
international,
Best
whatever.
Director, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes. Which,
And I was happy, but I wanted it to win Best Picture.
well, I
also.
do also think that it will probably have a better chance of having Bong Joon-ho win Best Director than
And
Parasite
speaking
winning
of
Best Picture.
snubs, some of
The
the
dad?
acting in that movie.
The acting is
just
The
him.
rich mom.
The rich mom, the housekeeper,
Yes.
the first housekeeper,
The
who
poor
I
dad.
fucking love.
love her.
What is her name? Mugwan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, they won what SAG, right?
They won the SAG.
They won the SAG.
for
So
ensemble,
you know
which I
that
think is
the-
something that the Oscars should have.
They should do also.
Take that in.
I think that's a good idea.
I feel like you could fill that category.
Well, the
up
SAG
with some
committee
people. You could
actually,
have,
like,
Little
the
Women,
Hustlers,
Parasite,
Little Women.
Hustlers.
Yeah.
Irishman can go to
Irishman? Yes, that would make more sense for me
Yeah.
to see Irishman in that. That
Yes,
as a
an
group.
ensemble category.
Yeah.
Groups are so important to me.
But
Ensemble.
Yeah.
The three of us right here.
Yeah.
the ensemble. I think that Parasite is one of those films that is surprising for a lot of people. Because you
said-
see so many people go into it and they're like, I don't know about this film, but everyone's talking about it. They come
It is
out,
literally
they're like,
a
what the
box
hell?
ticker.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I mean-
It has drama, it has comedy, it has
Yeah.
suspense, it has
Everything.
terror, it has.
It looks good. It's acted well.
has
it-
Rich
Beauty?
people, poor people.
Yes.
Rich-
It has Greek tragedy with the flood.
It
and-
really.
and,
I loved that.
As
Oh,
murder.
It does.
As a ghost.
Sort of, yeah.
Sorta, yeah.
That I think about every day.
commentary.
That
It
shot
does.
actually fucked me up.
I do think about that a lot.
Yeah.
That guy's eyes coming over the stairwell. Spoilers
That-
again if you haven't seen
yeah,
Parasite,
spoilers,
you're a
but-
dumbass.
But I remember like watching it, I was just like, oh, that was.
It's the one movie I tell people to see.
Yeah.
Like if you have to
Yes.
see anything, you must see Parasite. I don't care if The Irishman's my favorite. I'm sorry, Martin Scorsese.
But you can watch that on
so
Netflix.
much money. Please see
Parasite.
Parasite.
Yeah.
You
I
can
think
rent it
it's-
online right now. You can rent it
Oh,
on
can you really?
Prime.
Yeah.
Please do so.
Yeah. I also said that Burning walked so Parasite could run, even though it has nothing to do with either one of them.
No, but I'm so happy
Besides
that
being
I'm so
Korean
happy that
films.
I'm so happy that South Korean cinema
Yes.
It's actually
has
like
come
getting
so far.
recognition.
It's
Not to be like play favorites of the countries, but I love South Korean cinema.
as opposed to North Korea
Korean cinema,
or
Korean cinema, or,
I
like,
thought you were
Saudi
like
Arabia
out of the
cinema.
two Koreas, South Korea
No,
film
but
is much better.
There's such a wealth of people coming. Speaking of Burning, I forget his name. Lee.
Stephen Yeun.
No, the director.
Oh.
Lee Chong. I forget his first name, but I love.
Great director.
Yes,
Yes.
his movies are great, and I love Hong Sang-soo, who will never get recognition because he's too prolific. He makes like 4 movies a year, and they never come out.
Yeah.
I see them sometimes at the Siskel.
Okay.
Obviously, Park Chan-wook is huge.
Did you ever see Train to Busan?
Yes, that was great.
That was so great.
But
I
it's
saw
great
The
that
Devil.
yeah.
Anyway,
but all these movies, it's good that they're getting recognition.
Very much so.
I love that Parasite
wealth of
is
cinema
up there.
from South Korea. I'm sure we'll get much more of it commercialized now.
Hopefully.
Not that we don't already, but
right.
Because
it scares a lot of people, and it shouldn't.
Not I think reading
reading scares people.
Well, yeah,
it's racial, and it's and there's a idea that foreign cinema is heavy.
Right. Because there's a market for like Japanese films, especially like in the horror genre.
Very much. There's a huge market for Japanese. There's a huge market for French, German, and Japanese is a huge market for that.
Right.
Even Israeli films is a big market for it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's further east you get, I think it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. With Parasite, I want to call it the dark horse. I have to be a realist. I don't think it's gonna win Best Picture.
I would love it too. Though.
I would love it too. It'd be a beautiful shock.
My thing is that I hope it's almost everyone's number one.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that it will be split between that and 1917.
Yeah.
And that somehow
you'll have some old men, racist white guys that are gonna be like, oh, we're gonna give it to 1917 because I was around.
So good. It's just Parasite is so incredible.
It's like nothing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Honestly.
It has these movie moments where something happens.
Mm-hmm.
I will again a spoiler. When the housekeeper that they dispose of, the movie is just full of surprises. It sets up wanting you to think where it's going to go.
Right.
It does it again about 45 minutes in going. It's actually going. You're going to think it's going here, and then it does. It finally just goes. Here's what we're actually doing, which is when the housekeeper that they get rid of
comes back,
which I think is such a great moment of them getting rid of all these people. Mm-hmm. And then she comes back
when she shows up,
all beaten up, horrible looking, and you're like, "What happened to you?" She goes downstairs and they open up the third level of this house
to reveal the husband.
It's the most amazing moment in any
I remember
movie
I remember that's when I was just like, oh fuck.
That's the most shocked I've been.
I was like filled with
movies.
like horror, but I was also filled with like excitement that this was like doing something
completely different.
Unexpected. What I was going for. And I did go into the movie thinking it was knowing it was a Bong Joon-ho movie, saying like, oh, when is this going to get
it's gonna be
off? Yeah.
I was wondering when
is this going to be a little bit weird?
Because everyone was like, well, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, it's a horror film. And then a few people saw it. Right. And the poster, and everyone's like, well, it's not quite a horror film. So I was like, okay, I gotta watch this. And watching it, I was like, this is not a horror film. It's everything. Yeah. And even the last like 20 minutes, it changes.
Dare I say, I hate comparing things to people, but like it's something that we do.
That's yeah.
But like, I don't want to say it's Hitchcockian, but it is awfully Hitchcockian.
Yes.
He's a master of tone.
Yes.
Bong Joon-ho is.
We both, He
handles different.
Very drunkenly, like, yes.
He handles different so well. If you don't know that, if you haven't seen Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer,
every room is a different movie.
Yeah. What's the matter? Josh thinks, completely
there was a side note. I seriously think this place is haunted.
Josh thinks that my apartment
I'm not even joking,
haunted.
Kyle. I seriously saw a shadow walk past.
I think that you have drank too much of the Frexit
sparkling.
Yeah, Frexit sparkling cava. Here, to have another Oreo.
Have an Oreo.
Listeners,
to talk about Parasite.
I'm gonna have an Oreo too. Josh, you want an Oreo?
Yes, give me an Oreo.
Have an Oreo. Oh my goodness!
As I see it go
over. Here
again, performances that I wish could have been recognized.
Speaking of ghosts,
I love all these people's names. Park So-dam, I love her. Mm-hmm. What's her American name they give her in the movie? Jessica.
I was like, I don't remember. Yeah.
You don't remember? She has a whole song that's like gone viral about it.
I know.
But
I'm so sorry to chew with my Oreos.
God, it's like a perfect movie.
It is. Did it make your top list of?
I think it's up there, part 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Where were you on queer cinema this year?
Very little.
Very little. I'm not really feeling.
I think anything can be queer, so I think any movie can be queer.
That's why I grabbed onto The Lighthouse, because it felt like the homoerotic
Well, that was
themes.
there. That was not hidden.
It was like, stop it! You don't like me, lobster? I would fuck a steak.
Yeah, him crying about him not liking his lobster. I was like, that's when people don't respond to my nudes when they.
This is God. You're like, do you like me, lobster?
Yeah.
God,
it's 14 times.
I think of some queer films.
Because that
obviously Painting Glory, but you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
it,
but
very.
In every one of Pedro's films, it's very.
Well, this deal.
I still haven't seen Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
I want to see that.
Well, obviously that's very open.
Some people have even commented that Little Women could take a queer, not so much gay, but a
no,
queer
it does
route.
take a queer stance.
Yeah.
I don't reject. I shouldn't say I reject.
But you didn't see
I don't
it.
reject lesbianism.
You hear it here, folks.
I don't reject it in
fears
that
the
aspect,
lesbians.
but I think this is the most asexual Joe.
I was going to say asexual.
So beautiful.
Yes, I don't think she's a lesbian, but I
love
think
the idea
asexuality.
of just being turned off by it all. Period.
Yes. Because a lot of people are like, she's a lesbian. No, because
but
it's queer.
Her,
It's still queer. It's asexuality.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with that. I don't, because she doesn't want marriage, but she wants to be loved.
Wants,
but she
complete freedom.
Oh
yes.
That part where she's crying.
Another thing about Little Women that I
love.
love. Well, she makes this huge speech of like, which is taken from Louisa May Alcott, that women are more than just things to be married. They have souls. They have minds.
Yeah.
And then she caps it off with, which they don't show in the trailer, obviously, but I mean, they show the other speech in the trailer part of it. She caps it off with saying, "I'm so lonely," which is so upsetting and so amazing. Like, I was like shocked. I was like, I can't believe they put that in there.
Yeah.
You just think that you would end it on the strong statement.
And that's why it does have a beautiful moment, and even Laura Dern being like, "Well, that's not a good enough reason."
Well, she's like, oh, if she asks me again, I think I'll say yes. She goes, "But do you love him?"
Yeah, and she doesn't.
I love that. I truly love that
I do too.
aspect of the movie. But the other thing that I love on that is that it doesn't make me mad that Meg gets married. She gets married for her own reason. She wants to meet. She wants
That's the
to
first
do
time
that.
I wasn't frustrated with her.
Yes.
Her or Amy, I wasn't frustrated with either of them because they want what they want and they want to feel those things.
Well,
and you're
what was
okay
like
with
Emma
it.
Watson's like one memorable line, like just because my dreams are different than yours.
I love that.
Yeah, it was. And it
doesn't mean they're not important.
Yes.
It's a good feminist route.
And of course, Saoirse, who is, Joe is feeling Saoirse.
I mean, yeah.
Who I enjoy that she's upset by these people being taken, that she sees as being taken away from her.
Yeah.
But I also enjoy that Greta Gerwig, not to talk in Little Women more, but that she adds this aspect to like, the biggest sin is their greatest enjoyment in that is that Dr. March and Marmee let their 4 daughters be children. Mm-hmm. They don't imbue the things that like, one day you have to leave and be married.
Right.
So they grow up in this sort of anti-patriarchal house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when they leave it, they're left. They don't understand it.
Right.
They're not frightened by it, but they just understand why people do.
Because it's everyone else. Mm-hmm.
So, which is why it's so hard on Joe.
Yeah. Especially, yeah.
I like that it's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
So I'd say that'd be the queerest thing I've
It was very,
seen.
sure. I would say
It's not necessarily gay, but I would say queer.
Yeah.
Just queer themes, I guess. Let me say queer one more time.
No, it
queer.
is. Queer. No, I think it is a very queer movie.
And goes along with the Oscars. So I'm like, all right, well, that's...
Yeah.
I think I enjoy that we're all pro Little Women.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I be?
I was like, why wouldn't you be?
I don't know. I've only heard
I
one
love
guy...
a period piece.
He was only...
Well, bleep out his name. Who the fuck was it?
Oh, it was someone who was a stranger.
Oh.
He was a stranger.
Well, then he doesn't count.
But the thing is that, like, when I said, it's a fresh take on things, he was like, well, then maybe I'll see it. I was like, you should. It's totally worth seeing. It deserves every recognition.
I completely understand where people come from where they're like, another Little Women. That's exactly how I felt when the trailer came out.
Yeah, but
I was very
and yet
really
now it's like
by
another Little Women.
It is, exactly. Are the things that we're looking forward to in 2020?
Sparkling has.
I wanted to call it...
I haven't seen many previews. Stuff. Yeah.
I'm always excited for Kelly Reichardt and First Cow, so...
First Cow? What's that?
It's Kelly Reichardt's new movie of Wendy and Lucy, Meeks Cut Off, Certain Women from a few years ago.
I don't know this.
You don't know her movies, Kelly Reichardt?
No.
Oh,
wait, what has she done?
Wendy and Lucy, Meeks Cut Off, Certain Women with Kristen Stewart, Laura Dern. You didn't see this?
Certain Women sounds really familiar.
We worked at the theater when this movie came out. But
oh my god! And where was that? Probably so far up my own ass.
Yeah.
What's that Carey Mulligan movie where she's like the assistant and she like takes back
An Education? No, I'm just kidding.
An Education.
No, she like attacks men who like try to
promising young women.
Oh, we're supposed to be getting that too.
That's the first.
I want to see that. I want to see The Assistant.
I want to see The Assistant.
The Assistant, yeah.
I want to see. I hate to say it, Mulan.
Why not?
I'll see Mulan.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
Considering the fact that they're completely gutting it, and just like
why?
There's no songs. There's no.
But
Chang Li. There's no
the musicals don't do well they underperform in China, so Disney is going to do that by numbers.
I think it's...
Oh, so it has nothing to do with the actual creative
It's a bit of...
license.
Well,
no, it's... when Greatest Showman, which was a huge hit over here, finally made its premiere in China, like, just bombed. And it just... They guessed that, like...
Chinese people like, we don't like music.
They don't do well over the action movies do well, which is why
Yeah.
Mulan was the first thing, like a huge thing to get greenlit because it inherently already is one.
Well, right, exactly.
I'm okay with the idea
American
that
wise,
Mulan,
the Chinese also have their own amazing culture of cinema.
But
that's true.
The movies that do well over there, American wise, are
be
very big commercial movies.
Yeah.
I think even though it's like a capitalist
you can't say Green Book over there.
Oh God, Green
No,
Book. They'd be
God.
like, what? Even though it's like a capitalist reasoning, I do kind of appreciate that they're like, it's not going to do well over here, and we should probably market towards where this movie
Mulan?
is. Yeah. Not Green Book.
Oh.
Lord have mercy.
It's not going to do well over here.
The lead actress is a big actress, is a very well-known actress in China.
Yeah.
It was smart.
Yeah.
Well, and plus China's market could probably like triple the amount of what it could make here.
Absolutely. They would flock to that.
Right.
Gong Li's in it.
Yeah.
It'll do well. It'll be
I haven't seen her in a minute.
I was like, Donny Osmond is not
in it.
No.
I don't know who's playing that character.
I hope he makes a cameo.
Well, he's an older general now.
Oh, okay, but the dad from The Farewell is in.
Oh, really?
Is he really?
He plays Mulan's dad in the movie.
Really?
Yes, I forget his
Wait,
name.
which dad? Rich dad or poor dad?
Right?
No, not Parasite. Farewell.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, and I feel like that's a perfect way to end it on a farewell note.
Okay.
The farewell note.
So, Ryan, thank you so much for...
Yes, thank you for coming on and yet another Oscar episode.
I feel like we could literally have hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
I was looking at the computer. It's counting by bars.
Oh, yeah.
So thankfully I don't...
Yeah, it's not actually 3,000 seconds.
I have no idea how long we've talked, but I will say...
This is probably
like... change it.
Well, this is probably like 2 hours.
We hit a lot of beats. We talked about...
Actresses, Best Pictures, lesbians...
Jean Charles ass.
Great ass.
Timothée Chalamet.
Non-ass.
He could have... You know what? He was stocky. I love a stocky, juicy butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little bit shorter.
I hate following skinny people. I hate like following hot. I was like not a hot person.
Right.
I hate following.
Oh, stop it!
I'm not, but like it's okay. I hate following like.
It's like this is not your stand-up.
Yeah.
So this is Dean Charles Chapman's Wikipedia photo.
Wait.
Okay, but he looks like
that's an infant
child.
He's 22 though.
Yeah.
Oh, and a Virgo.
Oh, never mind.
That's why they killed him off.
Yeah. Anyway,
we love having you here, and I'm going to do a little bit like marketing plug.
Oh, great.
Thank you for coming on, and here is some of our new Fear the Queer, Cheers Queer stickers.
Oh
yes, we have merch, and if you're in Chicago, you may have seen, or maybe you haven't. I don't know.
These are shirts.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think shirts would be cute. So we started putting up stickers that say Cheers Queers, and it's everything on our gay agenda. So. Thank you for coming on. And
I feel like I'm never gay enough or queer enough when I'm on here.
But
I feel like I'm hardly ever gay enough.
I blame it on my cold.
That you're not gay.
Yeah.
Between the deeper voice from your cold, it gets into the jazziness of like a jazz singer, and then you were scatting earlier.
Thank you.
All over the room.
All over. Oh my God, Josh. If you want to listen to more about scatting all over the room, listen to episode 14,
our
the kink episode. And
all right, so thank you for joining us on our Oscar episode.
And I'm so happy it was the first one back.
Right.
Yes.
Since our like little winter break,
and
I feel like so much has happened.
We'll bring you back on for even more stuff because I feel like we can talk.
The next Oscar.
Yeah, we'll bring it back next
so much
year.
To talk about.
Yeah.
Which
is so weird to think about that you haven't been on since last year.
That's on you.
I know.
Josh specifically. No, I'm just kidding.
So do you have any social media you want to plug right now?
Oh shit. What's my actual Twitter at?
Oh yeah, you're a Twitter. You're very much a Twitter.
I am on Twitter.
Always. I would say Twitter is like your thing.
Yes.
I'm looking you up right now because now I'm on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter. It's at, I think it's R-Y-N.
And he only has like 10 followers.
I do.
I think it's at R-Y-N Kenney, Kenney, which is how I spell my name. It's a human way to spell it.
Yeah. So Ryan Kenney is his Twitter. Please follow it. He is hilarious. And then you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Fear the Queer Podcast. You can also like us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
Give them a 5-star rating.
Yes, just like Uber, please give us a 5-star rating.
And tell us we're good at driving.
Have mints. I'm sorry.
We're good at driving. 5-star rating. Yeah. Write a review. Let us know if you hate our gay voices, which is homophobic.
Yes, but
actually only leave homophobic comments.
That would be great.
I would gag if everyone's like, these two queers.
Yeah.
If someone just wrote gay,
get these fags off my podcast app.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm gonna listen to more though.
Yeah,
because of that Ryan Kenney.
All right, and as always, I'm Josh,
and I'm Kyle,
and I'm Ryan,
and we're Fear the Queer. Bye.